What's going on, everybody? Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by G Fuel Energy. Right now, code DannyD is 10% off at gfuel.com. A new pink drip flavor was just released, as well as a reskin of PewDiePie called Floor Gang. We're really pushing to get our own shaker cup, and the best way for that to happen is if you guys use the hell out of that code. Right now, I really recommend Snow Cone for first timers. My top 3 flavors are Wampa Fruit, PewDiePie, and Ice Shatter. And if you're looking for a milk flavor, Strawberry Shortcake is pretty good. Each scoop of G Fuel has 150 milligrams of caffeine and essential vitamins to keep you alert while also tasting amazing. Today's guest has been killing it with YouTube Shorts, as well as just running everybody over in Warzone. I seriously think he probably has more kills with vehicles than he does guns in that game. He also just signed with Team Elevate as a content creator, which is the same organization that I just signed as a content creator with a few months ago. And I'm also happy to call him my friend. Please welcome BenJammins. Boom, we're going. What's up, Ben? How you been?
I've been good. It's been an extremely busy time for me. It's been a busy time for you. It's been
Oh
a
yeah,
long time, dude.
out here grinding, man.
I know. When was the last time we did a podcast? October?
Yeah, I think it was end of October, maybe beginning of November. I'm not sure.
Time flies by. It's been
yeah.
been 4, 5 months, 6 months, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for having me on there, man.
Dude, thanks for being a part of it. We were supposed to have Stony Stark here too, but he had something come up, so we're still gonna do that episode. Just not today.
100%.
But me and Ben got a lot to talk about. This is coming out after the announcement, but Ben, what just happened?
I may be a part of Elevate GG, baby.
Yeah, we're on the same team, baby.
Let's go, baby. Woo! The Danny BenJammins duo.
Yeah, we gotta get Stony Stark to join now.
Yeah.
And then the trio.
We'll get him on.
The G Fuel trio.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Where's your G Fuel, man?
I don't know. Where's my 30% off G Fuel? I need the code, Danny. Come on. I'll type it up right now.
Yeah, I'll hook it up.
I need that overnight shipping.
But yeah, man, a lot has happened. I see you over here grinding on YouTube. That's different to see, you know? So how's that? Yeah. Tell me about that. What's been the experience with that this last month or so?
I mean, yeah, I think it was shortly after our podcast, I found out about Shorts, YouTube Shorts, and I don't remember how it. Maybe I stumbled upon one randomly, and it's like, oh, what's this? Why does it have 3 million views? Then I looked at vidIQ was making some videos about it. People thought it was a beta that was in India, so they thought it was a separate app or a separate application that people would upload a short similar to a TikTok. But what was happening is that it was just a new YouTube algorithm that's just pushing out any 1080p vertical format video to users in a little separate category on their mobile device. And so it's like, oh, let me try it out. So I uploaded my first a short TikTok that had about 1.5 million views on TikTok, and it now has 5 million views. Ever since then, I after that one video, I stay consistent. I uploaded one video per day. I think I missed 3 days total since November, or maybe 4 days total. But otherwise, I've uploaded one short per day for 3 months, and slowly but surely got 50,000 subs. I think I'm at 54,000 subs right now, as of this conversation, and I'm on pace for, maybe we can get 100. I'm thinking that I can get 100K subs by another
Summer?
50 or 60 days. So about maybe I'm thinking maybe 2 months.
Yeah, my goal is to be monetized on YouTube by the end of April, and I just applied for that this morning. But I haven't posted any shorts on my main account. I actually made a separate account for it, and I posted 3 days in a row on there. The first 2 were my Twitch chat and real life skits, and they just flopped. I think one of them got 10 views, another one got 5. But then I posted a G Fuel mixing one, and it got 50 something views, and I think I gained 1 subscriber from that.
Nice. So, okay.
But I have no idea how it works. I was just told don't post on your main account because it might affect your long form videos, but now they're saying it won't. So I don't know if maybe I should just start throwing them in there or.
Yeah, and that's what I don't think anyone knows the answer. YouTube specifically, they said that people were really concerned that the short form style content would reduce the average watch duration of your channel, thus not pushing your videos out as much on the recommended page. But they I think Big E, he's a gaming YouTuber, and he makes YouTube related content
Hmm.
creator style videos. Yeah, he talked to YouTube, and they confirmed that that's not the case. I also read it somewhere else. That's not the case. And would it make sense for YouTube to push out a brand new style of content that that would actually hurt a
Hurts your other
channel?
content. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if it was like going to hurt these major channels, if it was going to hurt your main channel, YouTube would let you know, hey, go ahead and make a shorts channel. Now, on the alternative, Mr. Beast created a shorts channel, so maybe that is the way to go. You never know. I mean, we're just kind of I'm playing with house money. My channel had 100 subs whenever I first started. So someone like you, Danny, like you got if someone that has more of an established sub base, you don't want to post this. You don't want to post a short every day, probably because maybe someone will think it's a short, see it's long form content, click off the video right away, and then it hurts your watch duration on the long
Yeah.
form video that way. That's the only way I think it would hurt the video. Otherwise, outside of that, the algorithm is not going to really hurt anything. But
Yeah.
yeah, everyone's kind of kind of shooting in the dark right now. In terms of getting views on shorts, that's a different story. But in terms of how it affects your channel long term, we're in that ride right now. That's like that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot of questions because I mean I saw you. I think you posted on Twitter saying like or maybe we just talked about it. I'm not sure. Maybe both. You were talking about
Probably both.
how you're kind of figuring out like what gets you, what type of things get you more subs, what type of things get you more views, and like how you're trying to find that middle ground. But I saw you posted. I for sure saw that you posted saying that you think the title is the most important thing when it comes to your shorts, right?
Yeah, so it's a mix. There's a lot of variables, but the component once you have every variable in place, like if everything's working in place, the one thing that you want to change is not the tags. As long as you have a basic set of channel tags, video tags don't really matter for shorts at least. But yeah, channel tags, a title, a description, the correct keywords. The only thing if your video is not doing well at that point is the thumbnail and the title. The thumbnail, it's going to push you. You have one of 3 thumbnails to choose from. You can upload a custom thumbnail, but if you upload a custom thumbnail, it's going to auto select the very first pre-selected thumbnail in the short shelf. So no matter what
Okay.
custom thumbnail you do, it's going to show like a pre-selected image. So you might as well just not upload a thumbnail and choose the one because you care about the short views at that point. So you're just going to choose the most eye-catching one of those 3 generic thumbnails that you can choose from. From there, at that point, the title, there's so many variances. Like, I found that changing the keywords or changing the clickbait, well, like you want to do clickbait, but you don't want to be clickbait, but then not, you still want to be authentic to the user whenever they're watching the video. So there's that fine line that you want to ride against. But I found that even a dead video that's been dead for a month, 2 months, I've changed the title. You're talking about analytics where it literally spikes a couple times. Deadlines, it's flat lines for a good month and a half. I decided to change the title again, and not only literally 2 days later.
Like you didn't re-upload it. You just changed the title of it.
Just change the title. So you want to re-upload it if you don't have the correct channel tags, if you don't have the correct SEO built in underneath that or the correct keywords. But for some reason, the title, whenever I change the title, it's because it's already being put on the short shelf once every few days or sometimes hours, depending upon how the YouTube algorithm. But it's all dependent upon the click-through rate.
Okay.
I've had videos that have 1 million views that have a click-through rate of 5%, and I have videos with a click-through rate of 20% that only have 100,000 views. So there's really nothing that's concrete on like what works and what doesn't work, but it's more so here. I'm just trying to give to everyone, here are the variables that are working for me. But yeah, I would say that the title is probably the most important in terms of catching the user's attention, and they can actually stay engaged. So that's like the first 2 seconds on TikTok, they need to be engaged. Well, you can do the same thing with the title. They can look at the title. It's like, okay, I know what to expect in this video. They don't need to have that first 2 seconds to catch their attention. So they will actually stay on the video longer because of that on YouTube Shorts than they will on TikTok, where the user typically won't. It's a smaller section. The title's a lot bigger on YouTube Shorts. A lot of times I find that the audience doesn't look at the TikTok description, at least in my experience. But
Okay.
yeah, so I would say
I think it's so like my experience with the description with TikTok is like I've gotten to the point where it's like I'm not changing anything. I feel like I've gotten into a groove. I one time I used one less hashtag and the video flopped. So I was like,
Hmm.
okay, like I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. And so I put something in the description. I try to do something commenting on the video or, some kind of like inside joke or something. And then I see people commenting about that description in the comments. So I think the description is on TikTok, not obviously not as important, but it definitely like that's just a place to have more fun and to get people to comment more, which helps your video. But I mean,
Yep.
so you're saying that people on YouTube look at the description more or they don't? Sorry, I missed that.
So so the description will work more so for the actual keywords that are in it. I think to push it off to the correct initial
Okay.
audience,
And you're
which is why if you the keywords are for the initial push, but the title is more so the click through rate, which is when it's already on the shelf. The description with the keywords is to try to get it on the shelf more frequently to the correct users, whereas the
yeah.
title is more so once it's on the shelf, is the user going to actually click on it. Now, there's sometimes people swipe like TikTok where it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but a lot of times, I find a lot of my views are actually through the actual click through rate of them seeing it on the initial first 3 or 4 videos listed on the shelf.
Okay.
And there's
So
only four. I think there's only 40 videos at a time listed, or 60 videos at a time listed on the shelf for a user.
and I'm a dummy when it comes to YouTube. What do you mean by keywords? Is it like the hashtags that you put or is that just straight up your description?
Yeah. So in the description, like I will literally the keywords meaning uh, specific tags that people might search for.
Okay.
So
So like
like I'll
hashtag G
call it
Fuel?
Warzone or
Yeah.
G
Okay.
and not even the hashtags, like just like the actual words within. So let's
Okay.
say the way the ranking system works is that if in the description, if there's let's say the crawler sees 100 words in your description. Well, it sees Warzone once, it sees G Fuel once, it sees Twitter once because you put your Twitter bio in there. Well, now is it a video related to Twitter, Warzone, or
Mm,
the other thing? It doesn't know. So that's why you need to put Warzone twice. So then it's okay. Now it says okay. Now this guy has his description has Warzone twice. Maybe it's about Warzone. So if you actually put Warzone, the more times you put Warzone, it actually helps out. Like it's okay. This
okay.
this video has Warzone 5 times. I'm going to push this video out before I'm going to push out a video with the Warzone in their description or title one time.
But
And
you
so,
you still put all your socials and stuff in it too in the description?
yeah, I just put it under. So I typically I put the keywords first before any socials, and I always end my description also with my title. So if you look at my every single one of my shorts, I start it with my
Okay.
title and I end it with my title, or I
I
start it
see
with
ya.
keywords and end it with my keywords.
Okay.
Um, yep.
All right. Yeah, so I've never looked at shorts on my phone, like just gone through shorts. Is it pretty similar to TikTok? Like
In
do you
terms
see the whole
of
description and all that stuff like by clicking something or what? Cuz TikTok you can have a TikTok go viral, but if nobody goes over to your bio to click your socials, like they're never going to go over to another platform. But if you can see your description on the shorts on YouTube, I feel like that's
Yeah,
way
so
easier for them.
you cannot. So
Okay.
when you're going to shorts, it's just the title, sub, like, dislike, share. It's like very similar to
Like a normal
TikTok in
YouTube.
that
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
It's yeah, so it's in vertical. It's basically like it looks like TikTok when you're on the short shelf. Before you're on the short shelf, you can see that they're in a there. You can see a bunch of vertical videos lined up next to each other. You can click on one of those from there, and you won't see the description, but the description does help with pushing it out to the correct audience, and it also helps out with normal views. So your shorts still get pushed out as normal YouTube videos as well. So you still want to have a
Yeah.
description because you can see the description from that standpoint as well. Um, but like out of my I think I'm coming up on 30 million views. I think I might be at like
Mhm.
29 million views right now. Out of 29 million views, I think 1% of those views are normal views, like normal YouTube video views, which is
Okay.
not bad. It's like 1%. That's still I'm still looking at like what 400,000 views for normal YouTube video views. For most of my shorts are on the longer end for a minute long, so that's how I was able to get the 4,000 hours watch time. But
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that too because I remember seeing because I had told my wife it's so weird saying wife now. Um, I
congrats,
had
man.
told her I was like, so I don't get it. Thanks, man. I said I don't understand how it works because I remember seeing it saying that your short watch time does not count towards your monetization hours, but I didn't know if
Mm,
it counted the regular, like the actual video that shows up on your channel. So that's cool if it does. Like that's a
yep,
lot of
yeah.
potential right there to make money.
Yep,
Um,
yeah, and so like now that I'm monetized, you can set up monetization as a normal. You can set up the short monetization the same as a normal YouTube video, but it only works on normal YouTube videos.
yeah,
And also, as of like this conversation, YouTube said that they will monetize similar to the Creator Fund. They're going to do the same thing for YouTube Shorts. So, um, yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
yeah,
I'm assuming Google would pay better than TikTok. So
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I would assume too. I definitely got to jump on that because TikTok has become like my second biggest source of income now with Twitch.
Hmm.
Um, I don't. People have asked me about the creator fund, like how much do you make? Somebody's like, I'm getting this many views, but I only get like $2, and I think it's because they only count like the first 3 days for the creator fund too. So I wonder if like YouTube
Yeah,
also would count beyond that. That would be crazy if they did.
I think they
So
would.
I think they
I
would
think
too. Yeah, that's gets me. I mean, I'll be honest. Like at least only having to post one a day is not too bad. But like when I think of how much I put into TikTok, because I post 5 TikToks a day, like the
Mhm.
idea of also
That's
posting on another
insane.
platform, it's like, oh man, here we go, more work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess one a day is not. Do you have any experience with posting more than one a day?
Yeah. So okay. So there's a few things that you want to be aware of, I guess, when you're posting that, like multiple shorts or multiple YouTube videos or multiple anything on YouTube. Number one, since you have a backlog of videos, Danny, just go ahead. I would just start scheduling 1 to 2 a day, even if they're very old videos.
Yeah,
Like I did, what I did is I posted my very best, one of my best videos first. So I think it gave me some sort of like authority account, like stuff too, like on the back end. Who knows? I personally think that there's no proof of that, but I think there is some sort of like authority
yeah.
presence that
I
is.
definitely think it's a thing on TikTok for sure because my wife made an account and like her first like
Mhm.
3 videos were ridiculous. She got like 400,000 views on one of them.
That's insane. Yeah.
So yeah, she's already to like 100. I think she just hit 150,000 on TikTok in like 2 weeks.
Let's go. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, I try to poke fun at her. I'm like, they're all my followers. They're just
Yeah, exactly.
super loyal.
She's gonna
But
pass you. You better watch out,
yeah, I
Danny.
know. Damn, dude. No, but uh, yeah, no. Continue. You were saying some
Yeah,
other
I know.
stuff.
So in terms of posting per, like YouTube only allows up to 3 notifications per day. So after that, it'll hinder or it'll start to suppress some of your views on your channel, or like penalize you for uploading so many times per day. So when you upload, it'll notify those people that have the notification bell. If you notify your subscribers 3 times, you're okay. But more than 3 times, it actually will not. It will count against you.
Okay.
So as long as you're only uploading up to 3 videos per day total, whether that's shorts or normal videos, even community posts, I believe, are also thrown in there too. Then I think that's like you just want to be don't do more than like 3 of the total
Yeah,
combined. Um,
that's good to know.
so
I did not know that.
I know some people
Um,
throwing up like 8 shorts at once. It'll start thinking of it as like spam accounts.
yeah,
So
it's a Russian bot. Yeah, delete
exactly.
it. Yeah, no.
Yep.
Also, do you so because I know you make most of your TikToks in like Adobe Premiere, right?
So yeah, I actually make it
Or
in Final Cut Pro.
Final Cut Pro. Okay, so but you make them on your computer, then you post them from your phone.
Correct.
So do you think there would be an issue with me posting my TikToks with the TikTok watermark?
Okay, so this is so if you have any with the watermark that you cannot remove, I would go ahead and post those as soon as possible because at this time, as of today, YouTube doesn't have that built in, but they have stated they will do the same thing that TikTok's doing, where TikTok is currently blocking YouTube videos on their platform now. Like I experienced that myself because they literally it literally shadow banned my videos. It got 0 views on 3 of my videos for me posted because I posted mine on YouTube 2 days before TikTok, and then it literally shadow banned my videos because
A short?
it was able to find the YouTube video that I posted, I guess. Yeah, the short. It was able to, I
Okay.
guess, find the short, but also because the short by that time, by day 2 or 3 when I uploaded, it had 100,000 views. So maybe it was because it was higher up in the rankings too, that it was easier for it to find. I don't know exactly how it found.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's able to find it. They have the technology to do it.
Stuff is
They
crazy,
even
man.
stated, TikTok analysts said, like, they do it for all Twitch clips. So if you post a Twitch clip, an unedited Twitch clip, and post it straight to TikTok, it'll also get deranked. Same thing with the YouTube video, and same thing with another platform too. But yeah, YouTube said that if they will try to do it based off the watermark probably. So instead of them I don't know if they can search the way, because I don't think TikTok servers, they are public, but I don't know if they can do it the same way that TikTok is able to do it to YouTube. But you can do it off of TikTok has a watermark, so it's going to be easy for YouTube to use that watermark.
Yeah.
But they haven't yet.
Okay.
There's viral clips all the time right now on YouTube. Like, I see brand new ones getting posted that are still getting millions of views.
I'm gonna start posting.
I would just chug out 3 per day, Danny.
Yeah, 3 per day.
Maybe like even make like a G Fuel Danny YouTube account. Make a family like just make like a 7 or 8 YouTube account. I'll have 100K by the end of the year.
Yeah, that would be crazy, man. Damn, I didn't expect that, man. Like, when YouTube Shorts came out, a lot of people were like, like, they're just trying to be like TikTok, it's a joke. But I don't think people really realize like how many people are on YouTube. Like, they have so many more users. It's insane.
Yeah, so there's 3.5 billion views per day on YouTube already, and that's more than TikTok as of less than a year ago. So I don't think TikTok's made their views public recently, but that's what YouTube said like a couple weeks ago. That's a lot of views per day.
Yeah, I mean, I think they said the last I saw, I don't know if it was December or January, but I think TikTok said they had somewhere around like 1.1, or it was like 1.1 to 1.3 billion users. So it's like a third of what YouTube has.
Amount, yeah, it's an insane amount of like still users for a brand new platform or a newer platform than YouTube. But yeah, YouTube is just obviously YouTube's here to stay, and also the monetization part. And I think, at least, I don't know about you. Why did you start your TikTok, Danny?
I started my TikTok because I saw other streamers using it to promote their stuff, and it seemed like it was working.
Mm-hmm. Like for me too. Like, it was for me personally. I didn't want to be a Twitch streamer. I just wanted to promote my YouTube channel, so I just created TikTok.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that like your YouTube is what you like mainly wanted to do. So that's really good that it's working out for you, man.
That's awesome. That's what, like, here, like, I literally created, I technically created the character and the Twitter account in 2014, BenJammins TV, and even BenJammins was still taken in 2014. Unreal. It was, so I have to use the TV in my name. But then obviously it's created a YouTube channel in July, had almost 0 traction. Then TikTok had a little traction, and now YouTube is obviously, it's so easy to convert shorts over to, people say, are you going to be able to convert shorts over to long form content? And you can have a 2-hour-long debate and still be indecisive on what's going to happen with that. But I posted one. I didn't post a viral clip or anything. I just said, I made a video saying, hey guys, I'm going to do custom Warzone. I never hosted custom Warzone. I'm kind of against custom Warzone for growth wise, but I wanted to see what would happen. So I did say, hey guys, I'm going to do custom Warzone on my YouTube channel. Be there. I'll see you then. Just to see my live stream. I have 10,000 views in a day on my live stream, which that's my first full, like, my actual YouTube. It was a 6-hour long YouTube video basically.
Yeah.
And it had 10-minute watch duration, 250 average viewers, peaked out at like 470. And that got me 1,500 hours of watch time in one stream. 1,500 hours of my 4,000. So
yeah, I've been grinding out my YouTube for probably 6 months now, and you did it in like what, like?
Dana, when we talked, you had 3,000. I'm like, when I talked, I only had 120 subs or something at the time.
Oh wait, you're talking about YouTube subs?
No, YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, I meant watch hours. Like
watch hours too. How many watch hours?
It took me like 6 months to get to 4,000. So like I think when we talked, I probably had somewhere just under 1,000.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. People said, "Oh, shorts are not going to get you the 4,000 watch hours. You have to start posting long form content." But I was posting storytelling type of videos that were getting me tons of subs, and they were close to a minute. They were all, if you look at my shorts, they're all against what you want. You want 15 to 20-second long shorts. That's what YouTube recommends. I'm posting over here like 59 seconds and 23 frames, like perfectly on the edge of 1 minute. and it's like it's still hitting the short shelf. It was getting me like I have a video that got me 15,000 subs. These
That's
videos are getting
crazy.
pushed. These videos are getting pushed on like as normal YouTube videos. So
Yeah.
there is at this point they're just a normal YouTube video.
Have you posted any long form content, like longer than a minute?
No,
You should, because that'd be
after
so curious to see how it
yeah,
does.
I am definitely wanting to do that as soon as
Yeah.
possible. I just want to put some time into it, and
Yeah.
I just had zero time to like put thought and effort into it. And
Yeah.
I'm streaming like 4 hours 3 times a week, which for me is already a struggle to do. Then
Yeah.
like I'm trying to at least keep up with one short per day because that's still like growing my channel in the meantime, and it's growing my community on YouTube. You see the same faces now on YouTube, Twitch. That's why I feel like the TikTok community is not as powerful as the YouTube community. Now I'm not, the Dorito family is probably different, but I like it feels a lot more powerful on YouTube to me. Also, it's a little bit more toxic on YouTube. There's it's like both
Dude.
positive and negative to it.
Yeah, some of the comments I get on my YouTube are interesting, man.
Yeah.
Like TikTok is very like, it's like somebody like misspelled this and that. No, these are like thought out, methodical. Like that's a different breed of like trolls, bro.
No. So if you turn on your notifications, I have my notifications on for every YouTube comment. So that was a major mistake, knowing that I've gotten probably like 5 to 10,000 YouTube comments now. But actually, you can see YouTube comments before they get flagged by YouTube. So no matter what they say, no matter how bad, you'll see a notification about it, and then it'll get removed. Sometimes it goes to the filtered, like pending to be published if you approve it. Sometimes it just gets removed automatically.
It's like
one
auto-mod.
notification. Yeah, I saw one that didn't get auto removed. It was in my auto approval. The guy told me that whatever console or PC I'm playing on, along with myself, needs to burn in a house fire. Are you kidding me? Bro, this is like a 12-year-old saying this.
I had somebody say like somebody commented and they're like damn it, I was like, is this you or whatever? And I click it because it's like a little like timestamp. And it was literally like some like naked guy like streaking across like a football field or something. And I was like, what the hell? Like, did people just put like random ass stuff? And then there's always like the fake accounts that are like linking you to like pornographic websites and stuff too. I see that a lot. And I'm like, oh, I gotta remove like 2 of these,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm so worried that like these 15-year-olds or 14-year-olds from TikTok are gonna come over and then all of a sudden get exposed to like pornography for the first time. I'm like, oh man, first time. I mean.
Exactly. And then like my first YouTube live stream was absolutely nuts too. I think I could pull, I don't know, we'll see. I think I could average 150, 200 with no customs. With customs, obviously it's another additional like 100, 150 that would like want to play.
Yeah.
Like a 150, 200 for like a YouTube channel with 50,000 is not bad. But YouTube comments, though, you definitely need mods. I didn't have any mods. I just, jumped into the fire for the first time, didn't know what to expect. There's no auto flagging on like different words that are bad. So people were saying the N-word over, like there was one kid. It was literally just one guy out of 450 people saying the N-word over and over. And guess what? The YouTube app wasn't allowing me to click like ban them or anything. And so
you're just sitting there and it's just going.
I was saying whenever I address it to him, he would obviously keep going. But as soon as I stopped, I ignored him for a little bit. Then he stopped. But and then he came back into the VOD after saying, "Where's the comments from the live feed?" Because he wanted to go back and watch my reaction. But I told him that it was gone. But then as soon as I ended up re-adding it, the comment section back. But
there was dude, the other day, I think yesterday, I was playing Rainbow Six. And I had this one kid join, and no, it was Warzone. It was Warzone. So I had some people join, and he was like the 5th one to join. He's like, all right, man, I'll get you in the next one. All right, like you joined last, so I'm gonna go with the 4 people that I have.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, man, no problem. Like he sounded like really young, no problem. And then just started saying the N-word like crazy. And I was like, bro, come on, man. I get rid of him. I was like, guys, I'm sorry. That guy's, he's banned. If he does anything in the chat, he's banned too, because I know he has a different name. But I was just like, seriously, dude? Like, I was like, somebody's mama didn't raise him right. Sorry, guys.
Exactly. It's amazing. Well, a little sidetrack a little bit. It's amazing how whenever I play with viewers, so I used to play with viewers like once per week. Then people were, you always have that one kid that ruins it. But now I'll do the customs once per week. That way, at least I can turn off the mics on people. But it's just amazing how some people have this like spidey senses. They just know exactly when you're going to be playing with viewers. They'll pop in the stream and then they'll act like they've been there the entire time. But if you're playing by yourself or something, they're never there to support you. But they always have those few people that like somehow jump in. I have a funny like quick story, but it was like I posted a video of someone roasting me on my TikTok.
Yeah.
And the kid that roasted me, obviously he'd like to play with streamers. And I had 2 streamers in my comments saying, "Oh, is this so-and-so?" And they gave their username because this kid goes around and plays with every single streamer whenever they're playing with viewers. It's just the same. It's probably the same 10 kids, Danny, that are playing with us.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do cars and fists only every once in a while. I've been doing it a lot lately. They really like it. But I'll do that. And there's always one person who joins and like I've never seen him before, and they're just like shooting rocket launchers and like all this stuff. Like, come on, man! Like dropping helos on people, and I'm just like, you know, you block them, and then you'll see him still join off of somebody, and you got to remove them constantly before you hit start, and got to ruin it for everybody else.
How are you running customs?
So I just put it to public. And I'm like, hey, join off of me or join off of somebody who's in the chat that wants to your green bottle turned green screen.
Yeah, it's my invisible bottle here.
Yeah.
I'm getting off the Mountain Dew slogan.
Yeah, it's the Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, hit me up if you want a sponsorship.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'll say that this is G Fuel. I'm drinking some G Fuel and a Mountain Dew can.
Yeah. So I just say like, hey, we're doing customs, join off of me if I have you on my friends list. If not, you're gonna have to join off of somebody else. And usually one of my viewers will just post their thing in the chat. The problem is that damn friends list is so broken that the person who's posting their game, their tag in the chat, the person can't join right away because they don't show up right away. Or if they do, like, or my viewer will add like 2 people and then it breaks it. And they can't add anybody for like, until they like leave and come back or whatever into the lobby. And so it's just such a mess. But it's gotten to the point where my friends list is full and I'll be like, all right, I'll delete some people. But after I delete the 4th or 5th person, it crashes my whole friends list. So I'm like, it's just, I don't understand how out of all the problems for like, it feels like forever now, they just haven't been able to get a friends list that will work, a AAA studio.
Or a better solution even than a friends list. Like for now, I now set up I have a screen right to my right. I use a PlayStation account that will accept everyone on there, and then my primary account, I no longer accept friend requests. They can just join up on that account.
Okay, I might have to do that. So you literally just have a PlayStation account that they can.
Yeah, so the PlayStation, it's just it's just 2 Activision accounts. I just do it on my PlayStation, but they add that Activision ID. It's like BenJammins 76. They add that one. I'll add everyone, and they can join up on me once it's public. It's joinable via friends. And then I'll do with my main account that I'm playing on stream. I'll join up on my secondary account as well.
Oh, so you have to switch accounts? Or no, so you just both join. Okay.
I'm just playing with 2 accounts at the same time, basically.
Okay.
Just to kind of separate the 2 out too.
Yeah. Well, if I can get my hands on a PS5, I'll do that.
Well, I'm just using my PlayStation 4 currently.
Yeah, I don't have a console right now, but I haven't posted it yet. But my
if you want a PlayStation 5, I can hook you up.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I can do it. I have a friend.
Because we've been trying to get one all day today. Like Best Buy and Walmart, you click like add to cart and it's gone already, out of stock. Because my wife just said today, she's like, yeah, you can get a PS5 because she got me like the 4K extended versions of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit for my birthday, but we don't have a Blu-ray player anymore because I gave my Xbox to my brother-in-law, because I don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me know, man. I'll Venmo you whatever.
Yeah, $1,500 is my asking price. Just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't even have enough for myself.
Dude, it is so ridiculous, and it's only gonna get worse because they just figured out how to mine crypto with PS5s.
Did it really? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, they can't do it with Xboxes, but they found out how to do it with PS5.
And you know what's like infuriating for me is that I back when I had a PlayStation 4, this was back before I was really like purely into content creation. It was probably September, back when like all the new games started to come out on PlayStation 4 and 5. It was like that package where you can buy like virtual coins or whatever for PS4 and for PS5. And so then when PS5 comes out, you get like all this extra stuff. But you bought the game for the PS5 too in that package or in that bundle. But how am I supposed? Here I spent like $300 on games and all sorts of stuff, and I'm never going to be able to get PS5. Since then, now I just use my PC. I don't even use my PlayStation 4. I think it's really hurting PlayStation sales too, because I think a lot of people, even some people in my streams, I think they're going towards PC now. People that wanted a PS5 now are just, or even Xbox, they're going straight for the PCs.
Yeah, I'm noticing that a lot. Somebody's like, should I just wait for a PS5 or should I just I was like, well, it depends on what your budget is because I mean, you can, yeah, I keep telling them because right now even PC parts are ridiculous. You can't get a hold
Yeah.
of new graphics cards, nothing. But I'm like, search up on YouTube, like, I would look up, just type in March 2021 console killer and just see what comes up because there's people out there who just build PCs that are priced very close to a console that outperform them. And so that's where I direct people because unless you're trying to like be legit with your PC, $500-$600 is like unless you have the money to drop $500-$600 is not going to get you very far with a PC. But if you're trying to outperform a console, you can get around something for that.
100%.
Yeah, you just can't expect to be streaming and doing all this stuff at the same time off of it, obviously. Unless you want potato graphics.
I
Stream quality.
I have a 2070 Super and like the Ryzen 3700 or maybe 3800, and it was top of the line a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it literally, I can't even run Call of Duty without it being like the bare bones graphics, and I'm not even streaming on it. It's literally, and I'm accepting, like I'm coming over from PS5 or PS4. I'll be happy with my 60 frames. I can't even get 60 frames right now.
Yeah,
It's
my
like,
1080 Ti, Warzone, especially after this last season update, whatever they did screwed up like the stability of the game because like I used to get somewhere around like 75 to 80 average frames, on like medium settings, and like I had to bump some of my settings down, and I still only get like 65 to 70 now, and I'm like, dude, what did they
ridiculous.
do? Because I mean that graphics card goes for $600 right now at least, like used, so yeah, it's just a. I'm planning on getting a. There's a couple. I think Stoney even told me he's like, yeah, that he's got a buddy. Once the summer comes, I think I'm gonna drop the money and have him build me like a custom Danny Dorito PC. With a. I want a 3080 Ti. I like having the Ti at the end of the graphics card.
You have the Ti. Yeah.
Gotta have the Ti, baby. Titanium.
Yeah, and I mean here, like the only thing with like consoles is like there's less errors related to the game. So like there's been a lot of dev errors, especially in tournaments too, like in the in big cash prize tournaments for Warzone, $100,000 on the line.
Dev error.
8 of the 100 people are like dropping because of dev errors. It's absolutely insane, and you wouldn't get that on a PlayStation. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I still like PC. I still like PC.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself like I see like Dr. Disrespect like play a game that's in beta on his PlayStation, and he's like, I'm playing with this thing over here, like it's just weird to hold the controller now for me. But I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
All right, I'll be right back.
I'll use it too. I mean, might as well. What is up?
Hey, did you get a HyperX Cloud Flight, or have you had one?
I had one, but when I had a console, you had to split via an auxiliary to be able to use the HG60S Elgato. But now with the PC, I don't need to do that. I just do a virtual split in.
Yeah. PC, what do you think? So. I love that headset. I've had this one for like
the battery
3.5
years. Awesome. People sometimes complain about the audio quality sometimes, but you don't really have to worry about that on PC because you can always do another microphone.
I had for a while, I don't know why it didn't dawn on me, but I had my USB, the wireless USB plugged into a USB hub, and the USB hub that I had wasn't 3.0. So it was cutting out all the time. I was like, dude, what happened? Like, is it my Elgato software, this and that? I plugged it into my PC, like into a USB 3.0, and I haven't had an issue since. But it for like a month, it was like, I was like, dude, do I need a new headset? Is this thing getting old? Like,
yeah, this is still at top of the line too. Like, I've had this thing for probably like 3 years now. So
yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, because I mean, I had some Turtle Beach headsets when I had an Xbox, and the damn ear cups started falling apart, and I had black stuff in my hair, and I'm just like, bro, great headset. I would definitely buy it. I think I would get the same one if this.
It's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Like all the way around.
$140, I think. Yeah.
Which in hindsight for a headset, it's not bad.
Yeah, and for the quality,
Yeah, for the quality.
real surround sound and everything. So
Exactly.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I wear it out when
Elgato
I'm
and
out eating everything.
you're like Doc at the. You're gonna be on the red
Exactly.
carpet with your
No,
headset on.
okay, can I just say something? If I went to like TwitchCon, I was debating this with my friends. Like some people say I like copied Doctor Disrespect, which I mean technically even if you go back to like I wasn't planning on ever streaming. The
Yeah,
whole point was to have just my logo be Ben Franklin with sunglasses. That was it. I was never gonna be on camera.
yeah.
And now it's like, okay, well, if I'm gonna stream, I gotta be Ben Franklin with sunglasses. So here I am. It's like I didn't mean to copy him, but then does that mean when I go to TwitchCon or something, if I wore this, would people just say, oh, there's like
No,
Doctor Disrespect wannabe
okay.
over here?
No,
Dollar Tree Doctor Disrespect.
copying is the dude who on Twitch was streaming as Walmart Doctor Disrespect. He literally wore the same thing. It's just like some chubby dude literally
Uh,
streaming, averaging like 50 views or something,
yeah,
pretending to be Doctor Disrespect. That's copying. To me,
yeah,
it's a style. Like it's like TikToks, man. Like it's one thing to like word for word copy a skit or something like that, or
yeah.
do the exact same thing. But just my wife coming and asking me a question, somebody else does that. It's not like they copied me. It's a style,
No, 100%, yeah, 100%.
So
Yeah, it's
I
yeah, it's
hate
a
when people
format.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell those people to go get bent, dude. Just
Actually, I did. We can go back to the shorts for a second. Because my shorts were getting so many views over a month span, so like they were getting, I got 30 million views over the course of 2 months or 2.5 months. Which
yeah,
YouTube then what's funny thing that I don't think people really talk about this was that the algorithm for community posts, it doesn't care if it's a short view or if it's a normal YouTube view. So I was being my channel is currently categorized as a channel. It's got the same authority as a channel with 1 million, 2 million subs. So a channel with 1 million subs, when they do a poll, they'll get about 100,000 votes on their polls. When I do a poll, I get about 100,000 votes on my poll. If you did like a normal YouTube channel with 50,000 subs, if they did a poll, they shouldn't be getting double their sub count every single day they do a poll. So I've been doing a poll every other day. I would advertise my Discord. I even did one. It's like, okay, it was a complete joke. I said, okay, what type of Doctor Disrespect am I? Because I'll get a
yeah, I saw
YouTube
that.
comment here and there. And it's like I think it was kind of funny. It's like, okay, what type of? I was just kind of like making a funny gesture toward those type of comments. And 18th century Doctor Disrespect one, so that was at least the most wholesome one. But
Yeah,
it's like I had like Walmart, I
yeah.
had all,
I
and then
voted
had like
Walmart.
it has like 95. Oh, you did? Oh, sweet. Okay. I should have put. Someone said Dollar Tree, which would it would have
Yeah,
been perfect with the BenJammins with the $100 bill.
yeah,
But it's so like here, like something like that was completely related to just me
yeah,
got 100,000 votes. It's absolutely insane.
yeah,
It's mind blowing. I don't know.
yeah. And that's just because you post shorts. It's like
I've only posted shorts, and it
that's
just
crazy, man.
yeah.
I'm really I'm really curious to see what happens with the shorts. It definitely seems like almost like the beginning of TikTok, where people kind of slept on it. You know,
Yeah, and some major creators are sleeping on it. I think, and
I
they're
got in
now
on it.
getting into the game.
Yeah,
Sally's a dog. He recently started posting shorts again because I think he was on the cusp of 100K. So he started posting shorts, and now he's posting shorts. I think once a day. He's posting shorts at least 3 to 5 times a week, and he's already up 30,000 subs or
yeah. Because
25,000.
I just cracked. I think I'm at like almost 29K, but that's just all from long form content.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah, and
definitely
for
been
you, it's
slow,
gonna be
but
difficult. Like I don't know, like for you specifically, you'll have to be very careful about what channel tag, like how you tell the algorithm what type of content you have.
yeah,
You want to make sure that you get it to the correct audience, because once you do, you're gonna blow up just like you did on TikTok. Like for you, TikTok, it took a little bit of time, I think, for TikTok to figure out, okay, who do I push this out to, and now it just like, now it's like pushing out. Everyone loves Danny, but your content's always been amazing. It's just in terms of I think it wasn't promoting as much. It wasn't pushing out to the correct people always.
yeah. I had no idea how to do it. I literally I just looked up. I think I went to the shorts page, clicked one, and then I somehow it took me to the person's channel. I think it might have been like David Dorbrick's like channel or something like that. And I saw the way that he put the description. So I was like, okay, I guess I do it that way. But like I have no idea how to do it. So Yeah. But I was like, I don't know enough about this right now, so I stopped doing it. That was a couple weeks ago, so I'm definitely gonna jump back on it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on Call of Duty Talk and you're a content creator, I probably had like 90% of them in my DMs at some point. So, like in terms of the number one things, channel tags. And if you post a short and it doesn't do good and it's related to like not the correct channel tags, delete it and then repost it once you have the correct channel tags up, and it'll do better.
Okay.
People's TikToks, the same TikToks, very same content, or the TikToks that they post to YouTube, that got 1,000 on YouTube, ended up getting 500,000, a million on YouTube after they've corrected their channel tags,
All right.
which
Yeah.
is really cool. So
All
yeah,
right. I'll have to
definitely
do that then. I'll
we'll
correct
work on
them.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, well, before anybody else, I just want to say welcome to Team Elevate, man. I'm excited to see what we do. I definitely think the pandemic makes everything kind of weird right now. Like, we haven't had any team meetups or anything since I joined, but
Yeah.
um like I don't I, we're working on a video tonight where it's like we try to guess people's Rainbow Six ranks, and I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six lately, so I think that's why they
Nice.
threw me in there. Like I have no idea. I'm probably gonna best guess bad. Oh, this guy kind of plays like me, so he's probably like bottom of the
Exactly.
ranks. But uh, no, it's exciting, man. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I think some big things are in store. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely seen how with the way life is right now with everything going on. Some people going through stressful times. They chose to leave the team because just a lot going on, man. It's
mhm.
crazy. Um, I I've been paying attention to the news a little bit. Like I saw that Texas just said they're opening to 100%, but I also saw something about like a fourth wave. So I don't know, man. I don't know how much
Yeah,
longer this is going on for. I would like to. It's so weird saying it like this, but like I hope it's over by the summer. But at the same time, it's like I really don't. I don't care at this point because it's like it's
mhm.
kind of been like a blessing and a curse, you know. I definitely think if there was a pandemic going on right now, I would not be where I am at all.
No, 100%. Yeah, I think that's the
It's
same for a lot of people.
yeah, it's weird, man.
But yeah, and I think it's now you're into a new lifestyle that even if everything went back to normal, you're already in your normal. Like nothing's going to change
Yeah,
now.
no, I mean
Like
I've
you're
had
already doing exactly 100%.
so many people have told me like, hey, I'm going back to work in school now, and so I feel like it's kind of there's still a lot doing online school, as far as the younger audience, but I think most of the people, like I think what I think is going to happen, if you ask me, at least
Mhm.
with I think with most people, you included, I think it all depends on how much stuff opens up before the summer. But all you have to do is get to the summer, and then you got what 2.5 months right there, where it's like it's the gold rush. That
Yeah,
everybody's home from school.
yeah,
Work will be the same, but I mean, like as far as the younger audience, it's going to be the best time to
100%.
thrive. So I'm always trying to think like, all right, what's the next thing? Like, tomorrow I got the birthday stream. That's a 24-hour stream celebrating stuff. Next is spring break. Spring break, that's when people are going to be home, so I'm just trying to think, all right, how do I keep this momentum going?
Yeah,
So, cuz I every day I wake up, man, and I'm like, all right, is today the day that like this wave that I'm on stops, because that's how it's been before. But
it's
I
nerve
don't.
wracking. Like because there's gonna be a crash. Not for you. I'm just saying like with me specifically. Even going from let's say from 5 to 30, and then like obviously you can then have days you go back down to 10, and it's like every streamer experiences that crash. And it's like mentally it takes a toll on you because you get used to a new norm, which is not technically a norm. It's just you get up to a new threshold, but then like what you said, there's a new floor that you're now used
Yeah,
to. And then
there's a new
you have
floor,
to do.
yeah.
Then you have to constantly come up with something new. You have to keep innovating. I think that's the toughest thing. Is staying relevant. Is
Yeah.
definitely the hardest part about content creation.
Yeah, I mean, I cuz people ask me, they're like, What do you do?" And I'm like, I think my content's just different because I don't focus on video games so much. Like it's my personality, it's my family and stuff like that, which it's also a blessing and a curse because it's like, I never run out of content, but at the same time it's like people are like, do vlogs or do this and that. I'm like, at a certain point it's like I would like to have some privacy, but
Well,
it's different,
you
man.
say little man, which is like, yeah, I think that's good. Or I think
Dude,
that's good.
I people still don't get it. They're like, "What's his real name? We should know his real name." I'm like, "Dude, uh who is it? Roman Atwood." had somebody calling the schools just knowing his son's first name, trying to kidnap him. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like, I would at least like a little bit to understand stranger danger before people know what his name is.
100%.
You know,
Just
but
tell people his name is Lil Mon. It
yeah,
sounds like
Lil
a
Mod,
Lil Mon.
like a
Sounds kind of
rapper.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's yeah, it's weird. Um, Same thing with people knowing like my name and my wife's name and stuff like that. I want to get into acting. Like I've decided that I want to try and pursue that part of film and TV. So once things open up, I want to go start auditioning. And I mean, Hollywood and all that stuff is like the film industry is connections. So I'm like, all I need to do is just go over there and audition like 100 times. I'm sure some person is gonna be like, hey, you're that guy from TikTok, you know?
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, because for me, I've always looked at, because I'm always looking up to people, right? And I look at these, as much as you want to joke around about them, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all these big people, the way that they like kept growing and broke through was they started doing stuff outside of what they were doing, whether it was
Mhm.
acting, whether it was boxing, whether it was, whatever. But you got to go above and beyond. And like, I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And so for me, it's like film and TV is what interests me. So I might as well
Yeah,
go do it that way. So
yeah, and you can use your current audience to kind of leverage that too, and
yeah,
it
it's
gives you more not
sky's the
authority, but
limit.
yeah, exactly. Do
But
you know? I mean, I like for me personally, like I like improv, so I try to incorporate that into my streams. So
hmm
like,
oh yeah, I could tell, dude. Dude. I will be honest, man. I go into a lot of streams when I'm editing. Like I'll like sometimes it's bad because it's like, all right, this stream's too good. I got to turn it off because I want to talk and interact. But like
yeah,
I'll go into your stream and like you're like, all right, this guy's gonna jump off the building, and like you back up and just run him over. Told you got been jammed or whatever, And I'm just like, bro, like it's cracking me up. I have to turn it off. Like I'm supposed to be
yeah,
working,
yeah.
but no, dude, I like I said last time you were on the podcast, I was like, dude, you just keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, I'm very excited for you, man. I haven't seen anybody else have the same kind of like explosion they had, like
Mhm.
you with YouTube. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, man. That's awesome. Have you thought about whether you're gonna? Because you said you streamed on YouTube the one time. Have you decided kind of like where you want to go with it? Because I know you can make Twitch
So
partner if you keep going the way you are.
okay, yeah. So I think I decided I'm not going to go for Twitch partner.
Okay.
I'm going to stay on Twitch though. Um,
Just don't
technically,
sign with
the
anyone.
affiliate technically the affiliate contract is I think it technically I've heard conflicting. I'm pretty sure the partner contract though you're not allowed to stream on other
Yeah.
platforms for years, right? So I'm scared that if I want to make that decision earlier than 2 years, like I want to be able to still have that opportunity to stream on YouTube whenever I want.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be stronger for me long term to stream on YouTube and on Twitch. I'm not going to stream on Twitch less than 3 times per week because then you just kill your channel. But I think continuing the 3 streams per week on Twitch for those that still just want to see me. Some people want to just donate on Twitch. I have people when I stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, next time you're live on Twitch, I'm going to donate." And this guy
Yeah.
donated me $50 the next time I was on Twitch. But it's really weird. The YouTube audience, a lot of them don't want to move over to Twitch. They either hate Twitch or they just don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Then you have a segment that don't like live streams, and then you have a segment that only want to be on YouTube. And also the discovery aspect is great as well. I gained uh, close to 400 subs in one stream. I would say that 400 subs is better than 400 follows on Twitch,
Yeah.
personally.
I would say
But
so.
but
It's like
it,
to me, like going live on YouTube is like going live on TikTok.
yeah,
Like you're,
100%, yeah, that's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
analogy.
It's like your video, your live stream is in place of a video almost. Whereas on Twitch, it's always just live streaming. So the discoverability is just, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. I have conflicting ideas because I know people are like they need to turn on discoverability. Twitch, it's not fair, but I'm like I feel like Twitch is successful almost because you have to work your ass off to get discovered on there or for people
Yeah,
to start seeing you on there. And if they turn it on for everybody to get discovered, is it going to help them or hurt them as a platform? Because YouTube is their main competition right now, you know? So
yeah.
it's just it's a weird time for live
Yeah, and
streamers.
here, like I did my live stream. It had like 8,500. I've gained another 3,000 views since my live stream ended. And of those 3,000 views, what's funny is that my average watch time is actually going up. So even during the live stream, while I'm able to interact with people, it was X number of minutes, but my watch time is actually going up because people are asking me to actually publish my VODs over to my YouTube. Maybe I'll create a second YouTube for my VODs or something like that. But
Just have like 10 YouTube channels.
Yeah, which is interesting too. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what, like, if I'm able to get 10K on a VOD of a live stream, I think I could do 20K on a well edited YouTube video.
Yeah, and all you would have to do is wait. Is it 24 hours or 48 hours? I should know that, but
for what?
For Twitch, like you're not supposed to upload anything from your Twitch VOD.
Oh yeah.
Is it 24 or 48?
It's probably 24.
Yeah,
but they don't stop you. I'm pretty sure they literally let you export right after the stream's over, though, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is kind of funny, but yeah, I think it's smart for you with the position you're in to stream on both, and then like I mean, if you just keep growing and you get to the point where you're like averaging like 1,000 people all the time, like I feel like at some point somebody's gonna offer you some kind of special thing, like, hey, we'll give you an extra cut of ads or something on Twitch, or something. Like, I don't know.
It's because I'm curious now that I'm monetized. I'm gonna see how much ad revenue I get per stream whenever I stream on YouTube. Now that I can do super chats, I can do different things now that I'm monetized with YouTube live stream, that I created my first live stream, and we'll see how that goes. I'm testing out. I'm doing like some with custom. I obviously the one with custom Warzone. I'm gonna go back to no custom Warzone for a few streams to see like what my average is, what's working, what's not. Continually adding, like making sure I'm entertaining the entire time. It's got to be more like a TV show and less like, and you can interact with the audience, but the more viewers you get, you won't be able to interact with your audience. And so you're going to have to find new ways to entertain. Yeah. Previously it was talking with your chat, but now that you won't be able to talk with your chat, what are you going to do to fill that void? Like you got to come up with something different. So I'm trying to think of different ways, and for me, I took like improv classes and stuff like that. Like I was awful at it. I personally enjoyed it. That was like my thing though. I just liked it. But some people find it annoying. Some people find it funny. I
find it funny. I think it separates you from other people. I would much rather come into a stream and have somebody trying to like improvise to like entertain while something goes wrong in the game or something like that than somebody just sitting there. Oh man, like I don't know.
Everyone, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And then, question for you is: do you look at your viewer count still, or do you keep it off?
Yeah. So I actually, I don't have it on my OBS, but like I'll click to go change the stream title and see what it is, and I'll look at a curiosity, and so like, but I mean, since I made partner, it's like I really don't care anymore, man. I'm like, as long as I'm having fun, they're having fun. I mean, and the biggest blessing I've had is like, getting sponsored by G Fuel, all that stuff like that. I have so many sources of income where it's like, if I have a couple bad days, I don't financially worry about it anymore. Because I mean, when the pandemic started, I didn't have a job, it was like, all right, I can't do this forever. So it needs to go somewhere or else I'm gonna have to get a real job. But like now it's like, it's full time, like I got TikTok, I got G Fuel, I've got TikTok live gifts, I've got, merch, all kinds of stuff. So it's like, diversifying, and now YouTube hopefully soon. Diversifying your income it's job security, man.
And YouTube is passive income. I mean, you can't do that on Twitch. I mean, Twitch it's a bigger wave obviously when you're live streaming, and I got
my Dogecoin, can't
I was gonna throw in the Dogecoin joke and beat to it, Danny.
Yeah. But no, man, it's busy, but I do feel like I'm getting somewhere where like I feel like I can kind of like I have the VA disability stuff I still got to do, which I'm not looking forward to. That's a ton of like medical appointments. I went to go get my driver's license like a week ago, and they're like, "Oh, if you're under 25, you have to take some DUI test thing, like the program." Nice. And I was like, "Bro, can I just take the test right now?" No, you have to get a certificate online for a pre-test, and we close in 15 minutes. And I'm just like, "I'll just come back in 2 weeks." I turned 25 on the 6th.
Yeah, you just drink a lot of water that day too to get prepared for it. So
yeah, but I got like that and the VA stuff, and then I'll get money from the VA too. So it's like just another form of income. But it's like once I get everything taken care of, and I can just focus on content and live streaming and stuff like that, I'm just gonna be cruising, man. Like this is where I've gotten now is me with like too much on my plate. I can't wait to be to the point where it's like, all right, I can breathe a little, you
Are
know.
you gonna
So
hire? Do you have an editor
I just
already?
hired an editor. He's actually on the team, so he's in the
Nice.
UK. But
Okay, that's awesome.
I just posted
Like I,
his first
um,
video that he did, and it's
I
doing well.
want to hire because obviously, like with the traction on my shorts, it's my the YouTube is actually suggesting videos that are old. So I've gained 3,000, 4,000 views on old videos that are like very, very bad, like in terms
Yeah,
of watch creation stuff. And I obviously wouldn't like I was posting that when I had 50 subs. Like I was just trying to get like 2 or 3 subs from that one video. Now what I didn't mean to have that video live in public when it's being posted for 50,000 plus subs. So there's a big difference in my editing style. I spent no time.
yeah,
I literally just posted gameplay with a voiceover.
yeah,
I would be more focused on the entertainment style
yeah,
too, I think, and also like the branding behind it. But
yeah. Because I
even
post,
I just have had no time to even do
yeah,
I'm not even wearing this. I'm not even wearing my Ben Franklin costume on like my on my intro or anything. It's like I
yeah,
still have to redo all this. I
yeah.
just have had no time.
I've been posting all kinds of stuff on YouTube. I post podcast highlights. Obviously, I post a podcast every Sunday, but I post a podcast highlight a week. So the past two have been me and Stony telling stories, and then dude, some of his stories crack me up, man. Like
Yeah,
he was telling me about some $1,000 donation he found out with some kid using his mom's credit card. Like like
I just saw that
he
one the
saw
other
it.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was funny, man. But I post that. I've been doing G Fuel reviews. I'm reviewing like one flavor a week now, because I have all the flavors to catch up on. Um, the G Fuel content always does really well because I obviously being on TikTok doing all kind of. I feel like a lot of my momentum came from the G Fuel stuff, and now I can kind of post whatever. But the G Fuel is still like the go-to thing that I do. I feel like I have to post something G Fuel related every day.
hmm
Um, but I mean, now having a code, it's like now it's like it finally paid off, so it's good,
yeah. Are we
But
seeing good traction with the use of the code?
oh yeah, I have no idea how it works. I've heard all kinds of stuff about like, oh, this is how you get this. Is how many times you have to get it used to get your shaker. This is how many times you have to get it
Mhm.
used to get your own flavor. And it's like, we'll see. If it keeps going the way it is, I could see myself getting my own shaker soon, maybe in the next year or
Nice.
two. But probably a year. Because I got a buddy who got his own shaker. He's a YouTuber who has like 100,000 subscribers. But G Fuel is blowing up, so I don't know how they do things anymore. I know they're
Yeah,
doing a
because now they
March.
have the cans, right? And
Yeah, I know they're doing a March Madness thing right now where it's like brackets and it's like whoever gets their code used the most, like the top two people get their own shaker cup. So it's like, damn, I just got sponsored right before that happened,
yeah,
and so like I wasn't eligible for it, but like I wasn't considered, But maybe next
yeah.
year if I don't get it by then. Um, but that's probably my biggest goal right now is like let's get our own shaker. I got people sending me concepts like, hey, this is what your shaker should look like, and I'm like, dude, this is
That'd be so sweet. I mean, it's
yeah,
gonna happen. It's just only a matter of time.
yeah.
I
Just gotta
mean,
keep grinding,
you only
man.
need, I guess, G Fuel needs 1 billion views on Danny Dorito's channel on TikTok to get a shaker.
Well, Stony was the one who told me that they don't really do anything on there. It's the creators who post stuff.
Yeah.
So Stony said that he might have been the one that followed me on TikTok as the G Fuel
Yeah,
account.
really?
So
Wait, does he does he have
they
access to the?
literally let you log in. He said that that you like send them the video you're gonna post and they approve it. But he said that like he's been doing it for long enough that they're just like just post something. Like they don't bother me. Just post something that's good. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's killing it on there. I'm so shocked he doesn't have his own code.
yeah.
But we gotta get him. We gotta peer pressure him to join Elevate, baby. We gotta do it.
We got the male model Danny Dorito. We got
Yeah,
Tony Stark. He's got the glasses, and I got the glasses, jacket, and wig.
yeah. We got all the bases covered. We
Yeah,
got the old
exactly.
timey like.
I've
Uh,
seen you with glasses on,
well, yeah,
or like the cool
I can.
glasses.
Yeah,
You can wear, what is it called? The guy with not the clown, but the fake nose and the
yeah,
mustache.
Frankie. Yeah, Frankie.
Frankie. I was gonna say Frankie, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's my
dude.
favorite.
They
That's my
they
favorite name.
they want me to like make it a channel points thing where like I have to be Frankie for half an hour or something. So like, all right, guys, we're gonna drop Boneyard, or like I'm just like.
You would have to make it very expensive, otherwise it's gonna be turned into the Frankie show every single stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm like, I don't want to commit to something because then all of a sudden that's all they're gonna want. I mean, you see Jordy every time I go into Jordy stream, put the Sonic costume on, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, bro,
Yeah.
that must get annoying. But yeah, no, Jordy, I don't know. I feel like because I've talked to him a little bit. I don't know if he's checked out the podcast. Somebody mentioned it to him, and he was like, he's got a podcast. But I would love to talk to him because I went into his stream and he was talking about because I know you said you talked to him about the YouTube short thing. He's a cool dude. I went in and he was talking about how like he went from like applying to like a job at Staples and like not getting the job till all of a sudden he's got 1,000 viewers on Twitch overnight, and it was
Yeah. Insane.
like how do you? Because dude, I see kids in high school have that happen where all of a sudden they go from like 0 to 300 viewers on Twitch, and it's like how do you as a 15, 16-year-old, how do you like adapt to that,
Yeah.
Because now you got
It's
300
hard.
people watching you. You got your friends at school making fun of you for
Same.
being a streamer,
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be Ninja, huh?
I would just wear this. Like they can't recognize me.
Yeah.
So I think I've had one person recognize me, and that was it.
Dude, every time I go out now, I get a comment on my TikTok. Hey, I saw you at Costco. I'm like, well, why didn't you say hi? Well, I didn't know if it was you for sure or not because of the mask. But now I got an Elevate mask, so they'll know it's me for
Ooh,
sure.
yeah, those Elevate masks are really cool.
Dude, and I was worried because when I pulled it out of the package, I was like, oh, it's one of those side strap ones, not the over the top ones. It's super comfortable.
Ooh,
It's very comfortable. So
okay.
I was
It's good
excited.
to hear.
Yeah, get it.
I'll get mine right when the pandemic ends. I'll be the only one
Yeah.
wearing a face mask. I'll be wearing my Elevate face mask while
Yeah.
everyone else is walking around.
No, Justin said that because I guess I don't know if they do birthday announcements or what, but he was like, "Hey, we need a screenshot for like your like accomplishments or whatever that's happened now." So I was like, I told, it was late at night, so my wife was not in the mood for jokes like that. But I was like, should we send one with the mask on? Because he said like, "Where's some Elevate merch?" So I got my face covered, That I'd be like, "Ah,
Nice.
just kidding." But she was like, "That's not funny. Let's just take a picture." But no, man, I'm excited. We definitely we gotta start playing together. Team Elevate, baby.
Well, I
Do
know,
some duo tournaments.
I know, like you've been stopping in the stream, like stop by the stream.
I try, man.
Like I know there was a couple times you came by and like I didn't deny you. It just
no, I know. I come in and I'm like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna join the queue and see if he recognizes that I joined the queue.
Oh,
and they're like,
yeah.
And you're like,
yeah,
you saw it right away, and you're like, we're probably not gonna get to you tonight. I'm like, oh, okay. I was just kidding. I was like, I'm just
it's
kidding,
hard to
dude.
miss a purple check mark, so.
What's it called? But yeah, me, you, and Stoney, definitely.
Yeah.
We gotta run some. That'd be a blast. That tournament though, man. That was rough. The one that we were both in. That was a rough tournament, man.
The funny thing here, that was like a lot of like mid-tier TikTok creators, like not like mid-tier, like meaning that most TikTok creators are not like high-end pro players, and here we're still struggling. It was rough.
Well, I mean, I know there was a handful of people that like made top 100 for FaZe that were playing, and like they were the ones who were getting like the top 5 every time. Like what was it? Fro was getting like first every time. Fro.
He followed me on Twitter. It's like, yeah.
Dude, I could not get a kill. Like I would get a hit marker, do this or that, and I would just get instantly one shot. Like I was getting sniped like crazy.
I got happy. I'm hoping I get the clip of the tourney. I ran over, so I came back from the Googe. I literally got the guy's loadout. He called it. He got out of his car right as I parachuted onto the car, hopped in the car, ran him over. The first game I had 3 or 4 kills. I also ran over a semi-well-known Warzone YouTuber, Rara. So that was pretty fun. And then I ran over someone else, and then
I did fight Galax in the Gulag, and almost I was one hit away, and he like juked me and came back and elbowed me, and I died. And so like that's a TikTok he posted, and everybody's like, it was so funny because people were like, dude, how could you? Yeah, he was like, how could you die to Galax? And I was like, bro, you go 1v1 Galax and tell me how it goes, man. That guy's insane. Like I was joking around. I was like, because I kept popping into his stream. I was popping into yours too during the tournament when I died to see if you're still alive, and like I just see Galax over here, and his movement is just insane, man. That guy moves like 1,000 miles an hour everywhere he goes in that game. And so like I'm like, all right, guys, like, is this some Galax movement? I'm like jumping in the air, twirling, like I'm like trying to make it happy because I would literally walk by a window and get sniped. Like, I couldn't do anything. in
Yeah.
that tournament. I don't know if I was just landing in really bad spots or what, but everywhere I landed, it was like there was 3 or 4
Okay.
people trying to kill me
Yeah, there were two
immediately.
things. One, some people know I was going bunker, so they literally can't bunker. They said, "Ben, I'm going to wait for your bunker." I thought they were joking, but they actually. I killed someone in the bunker. I came out and they were waiting for me. They had C4 set up and everything. So I died to like one of my
Yeah.
friends outside the bunker. And then yeah, it's just it's rough. I tried doing a
Yeah.
fake death because usually a pro player, I think it would work. A fake death would work. They wouldn't think that in a pro like a pro style tournament, someone's gonna be laying down on the ground with cats around them. It's just they're not
We
gonna
got to
expect
try
it.
that cuz I haven't seen anybody do that in a game with me yet. Like I've seen
Yeah.
a bunch of videos of it. Um Yeah, I mean it's smart. I was just like, how do you play dead? Because I remember in like the old Call of Duties, like all you had to do was like keep hitting Y, and like your guy's all like permanently trying to
Yeah,
pull switch guns or whatever, and he
exactly.
looks dead, you know. But I
Yeah.
was like, how do you do that in Warzone? Because I see you doing it now. I see other people doing it. I'm like, oh, they're doing
Yeah.
the BenJammins thing.
And what I learned with the most wanted is like, okay, you just need to have a distraction where
Yeah,
they see money on the ground, they kind of see a dead body, but they're not going to be focused. Sometimes if you don't have a most wanted, they'll literally stare at you for 5 seconds. It's like, wait, I think I see a head moving, and then they'll pop you, they test you out, and then you're alive, and then they kill you. But if you grab a most wanted, I have tried this on stream. I'm pretty sure I am like 12 for 12 or 13 for 13 that is not failed one time yet. It's and I tried this with like Ghosties. I've tried this with like Pistol P. I've tried this with different content creators. Obviously, they're the bait. I'm the one faking the death here.
yeah,
And then for some reason, it just works. I must be in those bot lobbies. I'm typically the bot in the bot lobbies, but it's just
yeah. We can't do it in Stoney's
I get
lobbies. His lobbies are way too
close.
sweaty.
They're way too sweaty. I don't know. Have you played with them before?
I haven't played with them, but I watch them, and I'm just like, well, I played custom matches with them. We played like gunfight and stuff like that. And that was a lot of fun. But I haven't played an actual match with him. I just played with Zach Dubs, and I've been playing with Galax a couple times now. And then like Galax's sister just turned 13, so she started streaming, and she's cracked at the game too. So
Yeah.
maybe there's something
So
in the Galax
wasn't
family
she in the
genes.
tournament as well?
I think she
I think.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cool to see because I started saying it more now, but I hate the word collab, dude. Like, oh, dude, let's collab. It's like, no, man. If we're friends, like, all I do is hop into your stream, and be like, hey, man, I'm on. Do you want to hop into a game? Sure, dude. And we just start rolling it, you know.
Yeah,
Just
I
go.
have so many people. Like, so you have to be careful with wording and TikToks. Like I said, I have no friends, so I played solo quads by myself. It got 2 million or 2.5 million views, and then you suddenly have 1,000 people that follow you just because like, I'll be
Yeah,
your friend.
yeah.
Okay,
The
I'll
pity
appreciate it.
views,
The
the pity
person that
follow.
but I haven't done a full pity follow. I've seen people get 100,000 plus pity follows in one video.
You don't want them, dude.
No, you definitely got. Yeah,
You
you
don't.
definitely do not want it. But it was more so. What was I even going with that story? Who knows? It's just I'm all over the place right now. But it was not pity follows I was going for. It was more so. What was the conversation right before this? It was.
I was talking about
Oh,
just
like
hopping into
copying
like
the
friends
collabs.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first you set expectations.
Yeah,
Like,
well, because like the thing that I'm saying is like I've had people, other creators reach out to me like, "Hey, man, we should collab. Let's set up a time. I have an opening this week," and I'm just like, I
yeah,
don't like feeling like I have to like go out of my way to schedule a time. It's like
yeah,
if we're on at the same time and we're friends, I think we'll both want to play with each other. You know, unless we're doing something special with our viewers or something. All the time I'll be like, "All right, Zach, like I played a couple. They want to do some
mhm,
customs or play some rainbows, so I'm gonna bounce." And he's like, "All right, man,
yeah,
cool. Next time." You know,
yeah. And
but
I've literally, I've had literally probably over 100 people, like literally over 100 people ask
yeah.
for a collab, and it's tough to do that with everyone. And I'll do it with certain people that kind of fit my style. But at some point, I think Bad Bear said this. Bad Bear Gamer said this in one of his streams. At some point, you need to just focus or narrow down to a certain style of person, or maybe play with the same
Yeah.
style of person that you're used to, that that you're going to get a certain level of output every stream, because you
Yeah.
might collab with someone that's not going to be able to give the output, and people will get
Yeah.
turned off by that on your stream and run people away. And for me, I'm at a breaking point right now where I think I'm not doing collabs really right now, because if
I didn't do it for a while.
there's I'm going from 15 20 average a couple months ago, and I'm now getting
Yeah.
some streams where when I
You
start a
need
stream, sometimes I get
yeah.
100 200 300 people,
Right now,
I
you
need
need
to be able to
consistency. You need to be able to
consistency with
control what's going
myself.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I need to be able to control every single variable, at least for
Yeah.
the time being. Like
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
can.
still lose a lot of people, but I don't want to lose everyone. And I'll see, like I'll watch, like back to the viewership. I will watch my viewership every single second because that's data I can use. Okay, why did
Yeah.
20 people leave? Oh, it's like okay, let me think. 20 people just left because my teammate was literally just swearing and giving off bad vibes. Okay, so I literally lost 20% of my viewership because of this person, or I wasn't entertaining enough. I need to be more entertaining whenever I die. So this instant I die, now I do GIF overlays or meme overlays. So the second I die, I try to remember to throw up like a Minecraft death screen or me in flames, so that like it's literally flames appear over my body or something like random funny stuff that the
Yeah.
audience will be on their edge. And so just to try to stay entertaining. It's tough to do.
It is. It's hard, man. I mean, the other day, being Galax, just trying to like, Galax popped in and was like, "Hey, man, you want to run it?" And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, man!" And so like, then we sit there for 20 minutes trying to get each other added and get each other into our lobbies, and I was just like, you like. I mean, if you plan it out, that's the one bright side, is that you can add each other in advance and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that like at your point right now, when like you see some growth and you're like, I need to like focus on this and make sure that I can see what's going on, and keep people entertained to make sure that they're going to stick around while there's all this attention on you. Obviously, you don't want to have somebody new that you don't play with, just so you're trying to like get each other in and stuff like that. And there's like 20 minutes of downtime where
Yeah,
everybody's like, all right, this is boring, I'm gonna go watch somebody else. So I get
yeah.
what you mean, man. Right now, it is important for you to showcase yourself and not so
Mm,
much worry about collabing with other people. It's just
yeah,
it's the way it is, man.
yeah.
Yeah, and
I
that's the other thing is like sorry, what?
No, I just like especially when I make promises. I'm easy to say yeah. I'm like a pleaser in terms of, oh yeah, I'll collab with you, whatever. And then 2 months
Dude,
go
I feel
by.
so bad when they're like, yeah, dude, this and that, and like I'm like, I don't want to just be like, I really don't want to. I'll be like, well, maybe I usually tell them like, hey, if you just drop into the stream, man, I'll get you in. But I'm
Yeah,
not looking to like set up a time. Because to me it's like now I got to schedule around it, and it just feels weird. It doesn't feel natural. I feel like when it's natural, it's a better flow. It's better for the stream. It's better for you. And the thing is, like the podcast, that's one of the things I love about it, is I can get a guest on that I've never talked to before and break the ice. So then when we go and play in a game, we don't have to be like, all right, so where are you from, man? Like,
mhm.
trying to get to know each other while also entertaining, however many people. So
Did we do that tournament a long time ago? Was it
it was after
was it
the
a bad bear
podcast.
tournament? It was
Oh,
after
the
the podcast.
yeah, after the
It might be.
podcast.
It was one of the. It was not. It was the first bad bear tournament. I think it was just an invite. It was not the birthday one. It was the one before that. Did you? Or I just first of all, I remember that one. We literally died within like 2 seconds, and it was like, so we've only played once together, and we died 2 seconds into the tournament. And I know it was like 5 or 6 games long, but then our teammate had to leave, and
Yeah,
uh,
it just was
it
Corpy.
was a
Yeah,
mess.
it was not going well. But
Yeah,
I definitely think if I didn't know you or Corpy, it would have been 10 times worse.
hmm
Because we,
yeah,
you know what
because
I
you're
mean?
just kind
Yeah,
of like sitting there chilling, talking to each other.
yeah. So Corpy, you said you were in the army, right? Like no, like
Yeah.
we know, we can just talk about whatever. So
hmm
how's the weather over in wherever? Where are you at again? I feel bad saying
Oh,
that,
me?
but
Where? Oh,
yeah, where are you
Charlotte.
at? Charlotte. Yeah. So like,
I
you know
don't
what I
think
mean?
I don't think I ever said where I was from. That's
What's
like
your address? No, I'm just kidding. Trying to get you
yeah.
to slip up, dude. Somebody the other day, I'm like in the chat, and there's somebody exclamation point social security number exclamation point a street address, and I'm just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, like what?
Yeah.
I know that I thought it was funny, but I mean, like one of the
Mhm.
mods is like, hey, do you want me to time out this guy? And I'm like, no, it's fine. He's just joking around, but like, yeah, it's like, what the hell?
It's kind of like when I do, like, if you do
I
exclamation
should
point class in my
I should make a
stream, like
fake one.
it comes with like fake class setups and stuff that
Yeah, I should make like 69, like a bunch of
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Like, yeah, I should do that. That's funny. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely think that I don't like the word collab. It's too, I don't know. It's not natural.
It's too professional when it's not
Yeah,
really that
yeah.
professional.
It's just not the vibes I go for.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You want to be playing with friends. Because
yeah,
you're it's a like
Yeah.
symbiotic relationship between you and
Yeah, like
your audience
I
that was
always
thrown
say
out.
I always say, for example, like you don't see like Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx saying, "Yeah, tomorrow I'm collabing with Nick Merckx again." You know, it's like no, like they just play together.
Hmm.
You know, but I mean, obviously it's different. They're bigger. It's gotten to that point. But I mean, like to
Yeah.
me, that's how it'd be with you. It's like, yeah, guys. So BenJammins is hopping in or whatever. You know, he said he wants
Hmm.
to play. Um,
Yep.
they think it's funny when I go over to like the other person's streams and like, hey, what's up? You know, so
Do you do it on stream? Do you like actually show their stream or something
yeah,
while you're doing? Okay.
yeah. So
Kind of like
it's
a pre-raid, but like in the middle of the stream. That's kind of cool.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, and usually, if obviously if I play with that person and we're having a good time, and I'm like, all right, man, you getting off? And they're like, no, I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer. I'll rate them, you know, just because like
Yeah.
we were playing, so might as well.
I
My
actually,
viewers already watched him play, so they know
yeah,
what he's like. Makes sense.
yeah. Two things with raids. Now that we're on the subject, one, I actually don't like them because it throws off my analytics. Because
You have to stop streaming right away.
yeah, can you? Yeah, exactly. As soon as I see a raid, I'll just
Yeah,
end stream and
boom.
restart every time.
Yeah,
Like I don't get it. Like Twitch should have a way to filter off the raids. It's because it's against your partnership too. Like when you apply for partner, sometimes they'll say you had too many raids or like too much of your viewers were from raids. Um,
oh, so like if it affects your numbers too much?
if I like because they want natural growth. Like they want if you
Yeah,
get rated by Nick Merckx every stream, you're not going to get partner,
yeah,
like automatically. But in terms of, I wish there was a way to filter out the raid numbers, like so that way you don't see people that came from raids in your analytics. Because I like to see, I don't like these random outlier spikes in my analytics. It just throws me off. I'm a numbers guy. So and number two with raids is that this is more personal. My most loyal person from my streams, my mod Scooby, came from the very first raid that you did to me back in October.
where's this going?
No, I don't know. He's the longest tenure. He's no. He just like
I thought you were about to say something happened with him, like one of my
no,
viewers.
well, nothing happened. Yeah, I just
Oh,
played with him
okay.
the other day. Yeah, he's in every single stream. He's an awesome kid, and he's like Danny's too big. Like Danny's chat is too big for to read every chat now. But he's in every one of my streams, and he's like the only person that's from your raid that's ever stuck around. But he's like obviously he's a mod in my Discord, a mod in my
Yeah,
Twitch, and
no,
it's like
I see it all the time, man. I raid like people that are smaller than me, and I always see like one or two stick around, and I'm like, to me that's cool because it's like I know that person's gonna be you're literally mixing communities together, and so now it's like this whole community's connected. You know, like people are like, all right, BenJammins is on. You should raid BenJammins. I'm like, all right, let's raid BenJammins. Let's raid him. I didn't, like it's cool to see people get excited about other creators that I'm friends with.
yeah,
You
hundred
know,
percent.
I love it, man. That's my favorite part about raids. I have the guide to raid thing, and like as a channel points reward, and
I removed it.
I had to change it where it was you can't raid yourself because I had so many people just saving up to raid themselves. But
Yeah,
once I changed that though, now I've met other creators because they're like, hey, I really like this person. I think you should raid him, and it's like, all right, that's what I wanted out of that. So,
yep.
but yeah, at first it was like people were just, there's some kid who just wants to rate himself, and I'm like, oh man, that's not, that's just being selfish. That's not really what I wanted out of it. But
Yeah, either people just rating you with one viewer that they weren't really streaming, they just went on to raid, or vice versa. They'll have their friend, or they'll just go ahead and raid their own
yeah,
channel, or the request to raid the channel.
yeah.
But like, how do you feel about rating though? Like in terms of like,
So I
you,
always tell people because I have people say they're like, hey, I'm getting on to stream. Do you think at the end of the stream you can raid me? And I always tell them like, dude, just so you know, raids don't do anything.
mm-hmm.
And they're like, what do you mean they don't do anything? I'm like, look, the people that are watching and stick around for me to raid are usually coming to like say hi, check you out, this and stuff like that. But most of them are like they know when I stream, so like they're ready to get off around the same time, or they have somebody else that they're gonna go check out. But like it's not gonna turn into like all of a sudden now my viewers watch you all the time. Like
Mm-hmm.
like they have this idea that all of a sudden like now they have all these people watching because I rated them, and they're gonna watch them from now on.
Yeah,
And it's usually the younger viewers who think that way.
mm-hmm.
But I just don't like that raids are kind of they're kind of like over glorified, you know?
Yeah, and that's the transition to YouTube. Like for me, I was gonna end my YouTube stream over here with 200 viewers. I'm okay. Well, I can't rate anyone. not only do I not know any YouTube streamers that are online because I don't know where to find all these other people, because the live streams, it's mostly they pop up in search engine results when you're searching for Warzone. There used to be an easier way to categorize. There is a way to, but no one actually uses it. At least no one that I know. But it's there's no raids, but I still miss that the community aspect of raiding someone else. But at the same time too, it doesn't affect people's channels. So from a mere streaming standpoint, it doesn't really affect your numbers or like any sort of revenue from it.
I also tell them, I'm like, it rating is more for the unless you're like so big on Twitch that like it doesn't matter, you're just kind of doing it for fun. Like for me, when I raid somebody, it's almost like a form of networking. It's like, all right, like I've seen this person on TikTok, I've interacted a little bit. Now, I'll raid them and interact with them a little bit, and then usually they're like, hey, thanks for raiding me earlier, this and that, and then we start talking, and then like now it's just another creator that I like have interacted with, and maybe they'll be on the podcast, or maybe we'll play some games later. Like it's a form of networking too. But my thing, I don't know if I worded it right. I don't want to sound like, I don't know how to word it. But raids are weird because there are people who stream and they're like waiting for this raid to happen. Like they're waiting for a big raid to happen. They don't understand that you have to like make content and all that stuff. They're just like, if I'm streaming, somebody will probably raid me at some point, and statistically, it's never going to happen.
For me, statistically, it will happen. And the reason is I have the most. If you see, whenever I see,
you
like,
stand out when people are scrolling through.
I've had like 1,000+ like viewer raiders or streamers raid me in the past couple months and stuff. Just because I stand out, I have like very poppy overlays.
Yeah.
I wear a white wig, and then like they see brown and they see this thing. Like it's they automatically click like, who is this guy?
But you went out of your way to make yourself stand out. They think that you can just turn on a camera, start playing Call of Duty, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. I did. I've been wearing this for years. Playing Call of Duty. That's exactly what happened.
You're like, what are you talking about? This is my normal outfit.
Exactly. Yeah, Danny feels pretty bad about that right now.
But yeah, no, I feel bad because like when I changed it, there was people like they whispered me and they're like, Danny, like I saw that you changed it and it kind of made me sad. Like, can you change it back? And I'm like, sorry, man. Like I really don't want people to be encouraged to save points to raid themselves. To me, that is, it kind of goes against what I'm about. And like I explained to them, like, okay, I understand now. Well, maybe you can raid my friend. I'm like, exactly, dude. That's different, So, but yeah, raiding is a weird thing.
I'm in the same dilemma with channel points, but I have a 40,000 point redeem for I'll play an offline game with them for a few hours, a game of their choice. But that was great. Possibly to start when you had like 5-10 viewers that can at least incentivize someone to stick around. No one's been able to redeem it yet. And for like my mod or like some other people that stick around in Discord, like I'll play offline with them anyways. But at one point, I wish there was a way to shut it off, but without killing the hopes and dreams of those that have been like kind of there waiting, saving up their points for that. Because I have a couple of people like, I would redeem this, but I'm saving up for this.
I had redeem a Twitter follow, redeem a TikTok follow, redeem this, redeem that, all these follows, right? And then when I got rid of them, people got upset, but it was because people would redeem them, and I'm like, all right, man, like, whisper me what name to follow, and they never do. And then all of a sudden, like a week later, they're like, hey, bro, like a week ago, I redeemed follow me on Instagram, you never did it. And I'm like, well, you never told me what name to follow. Like, I'm not gonna hunt you down, to figure out who to follow. I got too much on my plate, dude. So it's like I just got rid of it. Because it was just too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
But did I tell you? I don't know if I told you during the last podcast. I had actually gotten reached out to by a couple companies that wanted to. They basically, their service was you set up times to play with people offline for money.
I think you did mention that last podcast. Yeah, I remember that now that you mentioned.
But so like, as I've grown, like I see why they're trying to do that. It still rubs me the wrong way, but it just reminded me of that when you said like you can redeem like the points things, like to me I would rather do that. I would rather set it up for like, for 250,000 points, I'll play a couple games with you for like an hour or two.
It's kind of like the Cameo service, but with video games. Like your time for a video, your time for a video game. But the thing is, as you grow as a content creator, your time's more valuable. But then, are you really going to end up charging? Is Mick Merckx going to charge $10,000
to
for an
play with you
hour
for an
of like
hour. Yeah,
Minecraft or something.
yeah. But no, the thing with me was like, cause like Cameo to me, it's like, all right, so that's like wishing somebody happy birthday. I'd like they're paying for me to take my time out of my day to like give you a personal message. That makes sense. But like if I play video games for a living and I'm playing with viewers and stuff like that, now I'm providing a service where you can pay to play with me. Like it's almost like a streamer hooker. Like you're like paying to play with you. Like it just doesn't
Yeah,
feel right, bro.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's a good way to like Cameo is like more of a personal way to connect with your
Yeah, I
fan.
can't like
But like I see where like since like it's almost like yeah I see what you can
yeah, you
get
know
with
what I
that
mean? It's
with the
weird.
video game. Yeah,
Cause then
yeah
it's
maybe
like
yeah
yeah.
I'll
It's
just
like
be a
there's that one sorry, what?
I'll just be how about I just be a dancing streamer? I'll just
Yeah, yeah,
dance with
yeah.
my
I'll
voice
dance
in
for
the
you, but I'm not playing no video games.
that way,
Yeah.
yeah. So I can charge people to play. I'll be like, yeah, I'll be a stripper, but for video games. I'll just people can pay to play with me. I'll carry them to like top 30 in Warzone every single time. So I won't get them a dub. I can't promise a dub. I
Top
can promise
30.
I can drive around for a while. I can be elusive enough to get top
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, no, that's funny, man. I hopped into one of your games the other day and you were I don't know if it was like you in a vehicle versus everybody else just like running around.
You were in my Warzone match?
No, I wasn't in it. I've
Oh,
thought
you
about
were.
trying to do that. I've thought about trying to join like Jordy 2Ds or like Stonies or something where
Yeah.
like I just kind
I
of
had like
hide
my
or
Gooks
something.
really join. I had my Gooks and another like pretty large TikTok creator join up in my customs, and I
Just kind of
didn't
like a
know it.
sleeper viewer, yeah. Yeah, I've thought about doing that, but no, I watched and it was funny because you're just like driving around and people are trying to like run across the street. The circle's all small, and you're like running over people. You're like, oh, he didn't make it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That was you got jammed
Yeah,
on, baby.
yeah. Nah, but it's it's exciting, man. I'm really excited to see what happens with everything. Like it's only March. It's already March. This
It's
year's
already
flying,
March,
dude.
but only March. And
Um,
so much and so little has happened at the same time in the
yeah,
last few
but you're
months.
still pretty much working from home, or do you have to go to an office, or?
Well, it's we're starting to work people back into the office, and since I'm a manager there, it's probably good to be like if your boss is telling people to come back in the office, but you're not, if your boss is not in the office, but you have to go back in the office, wouldn't you feel kind of bad? But so
Yeah,
I'm trying to go in as much as I can to like be a presence there.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm starting to go back to the office more, which is tough too, because then it's like another 20. It used to be an hour and a half commute, but at least it's now 20 minutes. So I moved right before COVID, so
okay,
I'm a little closer to work, so it's not the commute's not too bad, but still, that's 40 minutes I could be using toward content creation or toward something else. But
yeah,
yeah, that's where like I'm at the breaking point. People are like, "Oh, Ben, you should go full time because you're 30 million shorts views is short views. It's not YouTube video views, but 30 million views is still 30 million views no matter how you take it. Like
yeah,
I'm still on the YouTube side of things. People like me like, oh, you should collab with this person. People see me as like a pretty big face through the shorts, and one, can I keep it up? Two, is that gonna obviously is that gonna in 2 months I could go back to 0 views? You never know. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
That's the thing is like because when I got out, I was supposed to go work in the film industry, but when the time came, I had that dilemma of like, all right, do I stick with this, go full time, or do I go try and like be safe about it and do something with a little more job security?
mm,
And that thought was always there. That like, all right, did I make the wrong decision? Like, is next month gonna all of a sudden, I'm not making enough to pay rent? And it's scary, man. Like, at what point,
because I have a
do you
mortgage,
make
and
that
then
jump?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like there's, and then obviously I have a good job. I'm already like I'm ahead in my career versus other people at my age for like where I am currently. So I'm
yeah,
already, because I was in content creation, wasn't ever in my sights even 6 months ago.
yeah. Same here.
Um,
I never expected to do it full time for a living.
yeah, but at some point you do have to jump, because then when you do jump, for me personally, that's 70, 80 hours a week that I'm focused on my own job. I could change that towards content creation. If I could have 80 hours per week on content creation, first of all, I would probably get 8 hours per sleep per day instead of 2 hours per sleep. So that would be nice. So I'll put like, a little portion toward my sleep, but then the rest, that can also, more sleep is better content. And then, more time in the day is, more content to chug out. And, I think you exponentially grow. And it's tough though, because you're not going to make enough. You're not going to make as much in content creation until you go full time.
Yeah.
But you never know for sure.
So
Are people going to support you?
So I like to be transparent, and like I do right now make more than I did when I was in the military. So for me, it's like if I could continue to keep doing that, like it's like I definitely, I will say right now that I definitely made the right choice, whether it continues to go the way it does or not, because I'm happy. And I think that's important too, is like I don't think people realize how much work it is when they say like, oh, I would love to be a full-time streamer or content creator.
Mhm.
So there's a
That's
lot
actually
to it.
Yeah, that's actually why I never thought I wanted. Not only did I not want to be a full time content creator, but I also thought I would never be one, because a content creator, saying that you want to be a full time content creator is like saying that you want to be an astronaut or want to be, a, I don't know, what's the NBA player or something, right? There's only a very small percentage that ever make it. And so like Devin Nash and all these people say like you'll never make it, which is actually realistic, because 99.99% of people won't make it. But once I've already gained way more traction. I know I'm on the very end of the totem pole, like I'm at the very bottom, but
Yeah.
I've already gained more traction than 99.9% people ever do. So at what points, do you jump to make sure, to get even better?
Like I think what I would tell people is like if you can start averaging at least 15 viewers, it's time to start taking it a little more serious, because I think that's what Devin Nash said is like 99% of Twitch is streaming to less than 15 viewers.
Yeah.
Which when you think about it, that's insane, because there are so many people then, that are just streaming to nobody, expecting to get somewhere with it. And I mean, that's how I started. I thought you just stream and people show up, all of a sudden they stick around. But
Yeah.
it's like, no, they have to have a reason to come check it out first.
Yeah. And
that's
the
part
thing
people don't
was for
understand.
me, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No,
for me,
you're
like
not
I didn't
interrupting.
want to be a streamer. I actually started my Twitch stream. Well, first of all, I was using Twitch. I made it in 2014, whatever. I was just doing it to try to get a pack opening in a card game. I was trying to get a viral clip of just me opening a pack. It wasn't me trying to blow up on Twitch. I was just using it as a way to watch myself on Twitch. I never wanted people to actually watch me, but I would still have BenJammins TV on my overlay, or before I had overlays, I was using like my MacBook Air or like my MacBook Pro to stream a card game. But as I started streaming, actually, like back in September of last year, I was going for a viral clip. I was very focused. I was actually very driven to I wasn't streaming, even though I was streaming to 0 viewers. You never want to stream to 0 viewers, but I was actually doing something different than everyone else. I was going specifically for viral clips when I was streaming. I was going into bunker. I was doing the RPG shot that Nick Merckx watched a clip of mine that 65,000 people were watching live. They saw my clip when Nick Merckx was watching the clip. I had 0 viewers when that happened. So technically speaking, I had 65,000 people watch that clip. So
yeah,
like I was driven to like try to get viral clips that would drive people to my Twitch that way.
yeah,
And it actually kind of worked. But I was driving the wrong audience. I was driving people that were expecting me to do that every single time. And the slow way to do it is obviously the best way, because you build up an audience. Because YouTube specifically, I think a third or fourth of my audience don't even care about Call of Duty. They just like me for who I am. So I get
that's
a lot
what
of
you
comments
want.
saying, like, Ben, like, I don't even like Call of Duty, but I think you're funny. It's like that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to be too in depth into a game. So if I ever pivot or if the game dies, I'm not strictly in there.
Yeah.
That's fine. I've never done a loadout video. That's the only tip. I've done skits. I've done everything. I'm tempted to do a loadout video just to see how it does on shorts. But
I like that T-Dog has started to do was it T-Dog? Somebody did a loadout video the other day where he was like, this is how you get the new guns in Warzone Season 2 for free. And it was like, you do this, and that, and then at the end it was like, and then you shove it up your butt.
That sounds like T-Dog though.
Yeah. Now T-Dog, he cracks me up, man.
Mm-hmm.
The loadout videos have turned into a meme now, I've noticed. Because like at one point the like girlfriend asking the streamer boyfriend questions became a meme for a little bit.
Yep.
But now I see the loadout ones. Like there's the one kid I see, he gets like 40, he had like 3 million views or whatever. Just him with like, you can't even hear what he's saying. The mic is so bad, like saying, this gun is OP, and it shows him like doing like the animation of like looking at the gun, and then he just like goes to shoot somebody, completely misses and gets shot like right away. Like
I've never seen
that's
that, but
like
it sounds
yeah,
hilarious.
you'll
I
see
will.
it because I looked at his account and all his videos are starting to get views. So,
Nice.
but it's funny to see people like think outside the box, or especially when
Yeah.
content gets dry, like I saw a lot of zombie people that kind of got big off of zombies, and then zombies just kind of died. Like it doesn't have the new map didn't have the same excitement around it. And so you see them trying to like think outside the box because now they don't have
Yeah.
the zombies content to work off of. And so yeah, it's content creation, man, is it's a constant cycle of doing what works, but at the same time trying to innovate.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who don't know how to like do both at the same time, and that's why it can be hard to continue
It's crazy
growing.
because you can look at people on TikTok with 2 million followers, and they have no YouTube following. They have no social media presence
Yeah,
outside TikTok, and they or they do, they're pulling 30, 40 viewers on Twitch, which it's still a lot, but like when you can do a better conversion on, say, if you have 2 million
yeah,
viewers on. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of variables involved, and I've seen people with 20, 30,000 on TikTok that get a better traction on Twitch or YouTube, stuff like that too. So, I'm, for me, I've gotten lucky with the YouTube Shorts. I found like my avenue. It's gonna be tougher.
yeah,
Like, okay, you got to think about, okay, what are you gonna do to differentiate yourself? For me,
yeah.
it was I was a first mover into the Shorts category, which kind of helps me out.
So one thing that I would say that has helped me as far as like streaming on Twitch is that I don't play the same game. Like once I stopped playing just Warzone most of the time,
Yeah,
like Warzone is still probably my main game right now. It's kind of changed here and there. For a while it was Rainbow Six, and then
mhm,
now it's
yeah,
Warzone again. But I'm always like, I don't play one game per stream. I'm always changing it halfway
yeah,
through, and so I see like because I feel like for the longest time the pattern was like, all right, you start streaming, everybody gets hyped up. That's usually when you get most of your subs and bits and stuff, and then you'll get some throughout the stream. People come in and say hi. But now it's like it happens twice because there's people who only want to watch a certain game, or like it's weird. You see like a different audience almost for different
so you get two
games.
audiences. You'll get an audience waiting for one game, and yeah, it
Yeah, they'll be like,
actually,
"Hey, when are you playing Rainbow Six?" And I'm like, probably in like an hour." And like, "All right, I'll be back."
and like 3 hours later, you
Yeah, so it's
or
weird,
they
man.
stay in the stream. Yeah,
But like it went from like when I first started, I was like, all right, I don't want to just play Call of Duty. I would switch games and like, maybe I play um Valorant and I only get like half of the viewers, but now it's turned into like I kind of get the same amount of viewers for everything. Maybe
hmm
certain games aren't as popular at the time, so I don't get as much, but as long as they could tell that I'm having fun and like you know what I mean? As long as everybody's having fun, it doesn't matter. Like you could play whatever. So I think that's the biggest thing is make sure it's Fortnite. I stopped playing because I was just like I'm not having fun with this anymore.
yeah,
Because I started playing it for a while, but I was just like I can't do it anymore.
yeah,
But
and yeah. For me, when I was like a couple months ago, when I was just starting to average, or maybe like about 2 months ago, but I was just about to average 25, 30 per stream. I had a Minecraft stream, and I still averaged 30. I was so happy. Right now, like, I think the last few, the not counting, if you're counting custom Warzone, I was in like the 150, 200 mark or something like that.
yeah,
Obviously, I've been winning, like, that's custom Warzone's a different beast. But like, I was averaging 80 or something, which is really good for me. I average 80. Like the last three combined is 80, I believe. And I've only been playing Warzone, so it's now starting to like kind of like scare me a little bit. Like I don't want to get too in depth with Warzone, otherwise the audience,
yeah,
I might get the wrong audience, or what I mean. Especially with like my memes, I am focusing on certain style content where I'm memeing in Warzone, but I'm not a Call of Duty fan. I never was. I hate Call of Duty. I like some search and destroy.
yeah.
It's funny to be saying I'm a Call of Duty content creator, which it's funny. It's like I'm the
I
farthest
hate
thing
Call of
from it.
Duty. Yeah, you
I
know what? Battlefield would probably be good for you too because of the vehicles in that.
The thing is, it was PUBG 2017.
That's what started
I
that whole.
started the battle royale thing, and they had cars in there, but it was so much more fun because they had proximity chat. I could
Yeah,
I once there's a proximity chat, and another better battle royale, I'm gonna
Jump to
do
that one.
so well. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna blow up. I'll get more views because I'll find some funny
Yeah.
things to do. Because with even just proximity chat, there's so many things you can do with that alone.
Yeah.
That was like how I started. Like, a battle royale where you kill someone, the emotions are high. If you kill them, they're gonna scream because they're out of the game. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, now I can do that I can kill them with vehicles, and it's like, okay, that's my thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that there's a couple things that I like. If somebody who's like, okay, how do I like, what do I focus on? I would say focus on making your content relatable. Like that, I feel like that's always been my focus. Is like, all right, like my wife will be like, okay, so I saw this comment, and it's like a G Fuel mixture, or I saw this comment. Like yesterday, we did like, she asked me, what do I like better, Marvel or DC? And so I'm like, oh, here we go. Like obviously Marvel, because DC, they've had a couple good movies, but I think this Snyder Cut movie is gonna be like a 4 hour pile of crap, And so it's like, all right, now people are gonna be like, oh, Snyder Cut, you should watch it, So you try to
Yeah.
like we almost try to like guide like this will lead to another thing,
Yep.
with the content, and I think that's important too. But like I said, make it relatable. So it's like I try to show my interests, but show
Mhm.
why I like them or whatever through my content, which it's harder than it sounds. Don't get me wrong, but like the thing for me is I always tell people there's only one you. So I
Mhm.
can't tell you how to do it, but nobody else can do what you do as long as you understand that like you just got to be yourself and be genuine.
Yeah.
But like the streaming side though, I highly suggest to people that like you don't just play one game, because if you could play that's how people are there for your personality, is if you can play a bunch of different games, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm
But
thinking about
it's hard.
incorporating just chatting stream once per week, where I watch YouTube videos with them, and like I'll
Yeah.
make funny commentary, almost like they're hanging out. I did that one time for about 2 hours, and I actually was gaining viewership. Like I was nowhere near 60 viewers, but I was at 60 viewers on that stream, which is
Yeah.
way more than I am with Warzone.
But you're like,
And
dude, I'm just hanging out watching YouTube videos and people are hanging out
another
with me.
crazy, Dan, I never told you this story, but okay, well, I'll tell you this. She blocked me on Snapchat because I stopped her. But that was mostly because I was just so busy. I didn't have time. Like, I have no time for girls. Your boys got to do is content creation and a real life job. Okay. Once I'm 70 years old, I can
Yeah.
worry about relationships.
My man's on his purpose over here. He ain't got time for
Exactly.
no. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was on a stream and someone on my TikTok live message said something, and I was like, oh, she's kind of cute. And then I started talking to her, and so I was talking to her. I got rated for like 120 viewers or something, or maybe 140 viewers. So I was sitting at maybe 180 viewers. And so I had 180 people watching me in a just chatting stream, talking to this girl on my TikTok live, and like we're going back and forth. And the goal was for me to get her Snapchat, and like I got her Snapchat. I was gifted like 100 subs from all these people, and through the interaction, like me joking with her, like, and people, I usually only average like two people in my TikTok live. I had like 30-40 people in my TikTok live watching this and everything. I had the most interesting thing on my Twitch stream on the just chatting side was that I was on just chatting. I think it was my second just chatting stream ever. I went from I was rated, so I was at 220. I was at 140, I believe. I went from 140 or like 180 to 450 viewers naturally. So I got rated, but just I was streaming for I did this for 3 hours. So over a 3 hour period, I naturally went from I basically over double that. I went from let's say 200 to 440 naturally. I've never that's unreal. So like once I was up in the ranks of just chatting, just me doing like something absolutely insane, like flirting with a girl on TikTok live as a joke. We got the Snapchat, by the way. It got me. Well, then she blocked me later, but it's understandable. I wasn't responding. That's besides the point. Going up to 440 viewers, that was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And then like it was so late. It was such a weird stream that I think I ended up streaming up until 6:30 in the morning. And the only person I follow that's live at 6:30 in the morning was Stanman. So I rated Stanman with 400 with like 300 400 viewers or something crazy. And it's like, Ben, you're out here grinding. It's like,
Yeah.
sort of. I guess you can call it grinding. It was
Sort
a
of.
one-off. Yeah.
I'm out here getting Snapchats is what I'm doing.
I'm grinding as Snapchat. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It was
I totally get
it
what you
was
mean, man.
California.
Cause like there was one time where I had like, this was earlier on. I think I had like 80 viewers or something, and my internet just kept during that stream. It just kept going in and out. Like it got super blurry, and then it would go back like a minute later. And I just told people, I was like, all right, you know what? I like quit the game I was in. I was like, I can't do this anymore, man. There's people keep freaking out every like 5 minutes. Hey, I can't see you. You're blurry. You're gray. You know, you're gone. Like lag. They always go lag, lag. You know, they're like freaking out.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're gonna call the internet company and figure out what's going on. So like, I changed it to just chatting, and I changed my title to like calling Xfinity to complain about the internet or something. And I went from having like 80 viewers to like 200. You know, and it's like that's like you almost have to take advantage of when stuff goes wrong. You know what I mean? Like there's the people who just like, all right, you know what, guys, I'm just done for today. But then there's the people who can like turn it into something and still make something out of it, even when things go wrong. And I think that's important too, is knowing how to like roll with things, you know. And yeah, I mean, just chatting streams, that to me that's always been kind of weird. I never knew like where to go with them, but like I haven't done it in a while, but I started watching hockey games. Like I can't stream the game because obviously I'd get in trouble, but like I could just watch it and talk. And like that was fun. I did that for a while, but now I just don't have time to do it. Honestly, I've just been so busy. But like tomorrow for my I'm doing a 24-hour stream. During that, the UFC fights are happening, and we're gonna watch those. And obviously I'm rooting for Megan Anderson because she's awesome. You know, plays Call of Duty. But
we won't talk about Megan. Well, we can talk. I love Megan. I did a fake flirting video with her.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I faked it. Well, everyone thinks that she actually blocked me. I faked it saying that she blocked me after I did this flirting. Yeah. But people in the comments actually think I got blocked. So, no, I'm fake upset with her. I'm fake upset.
Oh, okay.
Even though she didn't block me, she didn't block me. She loves me.
But yeah, no, that's funny, man. Yeah. But it's cool to see like the different things you can do, because you obviously, you know, when you do a just chatting stream for the first time, it's like you're kind of getting out of your comfort zone. So yeah, dude, you should definitely do that, man. I think that would be really cool, because I feel like half of the time when I'm in your streams, it's like you talking about whatever's going on is like what I'm more focused on than necessarily you driving around. Because obviously a lot of your gameplay is you just driving somewhere, you know.
Literally 95% of my gameplay is a just chatting stream. I joke around. Yeah. Like, I should change it to a just chatting, because what I do is I drive around Verdansk for the first half. I'm either trying to run people over while I'm literally reading chat. I'll run into things on the road because I do it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So. I'll what's it called? I'll have to ask Gator how he did it. One of the other guys that I've had on, he did like, I think it was in Fortnite that he did it. He would like, was it Fortnite? Maybe it was, I don't know. He did like a cash cab thing where like he would like join a random game and like try to get people to like do like game show stuff. He's like, all right, if you can answer this question, I'll give you V-Bucks or whatever. Like just like, you know what I mean? Driving around the map, yeah. And all of a sudden they get into a gunfight and the guy dies and he's like, do I still get the V-Bucks? He's like, no, man, you died. Or like, you know, but there's so
I just thought of a great idea. VR goggles or glasses, so like whenever they're more popular, having the chat literally in like your vision on like while you're looking at the stream. I think that'd be a great idea.
I feel like you would it would affect your gameplay too much, because like you would get distracted. I think so. Oh. You would start like reading it and all of a sudden like get shot, you know. Like
yeah, that already happens for me though.
It happens for me, but if it was there all the time, it would be so hard for me not to focus on it all the time. Because like during the tournaments, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna focus up. It's tournament time, you know. The channel points rewards are disabled. I'm not doing hours and hoyas while I'm trying to sweat over here. But I'll still find myself like somebody says something like, "Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you." Oh man, like, you know, somebody's shooting at me now. Like I gotta pay attention. So it's hard. But
yeah, I mean, we know you can't sweat, Danny.
I mean, if you watch the Galax gameplay I just got.
Oh, did you?
From yesterday, we were sweating. Yeah, I think I had 6 kills.
Nice.
So it's a little above average for me. I think I
average. I'll get 6-7 kills and about 20 buybacks.
20 buybacks, yeah.
So my KD's still below 1, but
but I definitely I'm definitely starting to have fun again, trying to like interact with other creators and stuff. Because there was for a while, and I obviously had some drama happen where like I had basically become friends with somebody, and they turned out to not be like a very friendly person. So that kind of like made me like cautious about collabs too, because it's like,
Hmm.
I don't know, man. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, you know. And then I'm
I feel
always
that.
like, man, I don't know. It almost makes you feel like you can't trust anybody, but it's like, you can't do that either because there's not, I would like to say there's more good people out there than bad people, but I don't know, Ben. I don't know if I could trust you, man.
I mean, I'm a totally different man under the wig. I'm just playing a
Exactly,
persona.
dude. I don't
Once
even
I
know what
take
you
this
really look
off,
like.
yeah, before I go to bed, I burn a picture of Danny Dorito. I hate.
Man, it yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out where to go with that, but
Mhm.
I'm definitely having fun interacting with like other people's communities and stuff again. So
Yes.
I'm excited to play with you and Stony sometime. And I think there's a guy that I started following him, and he cracks me up too. It's Tony Call of Duty.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know him?
I was
Yeah,
playing with him and Stony the other day.
yeah,
I saw Tony Call of Duty on my free page a long time, like not that long ago, but it's like, okay, yeah, he kind of reminds me of me, but he's got like it's a type of persona that's like perfect, like a perfect
yeah,
niche. It's just perfect for him.
yeah,
And it's like, okay, it's like I message him. It's like I love it. I love the theme, dude. Like I
yeah.
love what you got going on.
I gotta go use the restroom real quick again.
Okay, sounds
So,
good.
all right, I'll be right back.
Cool.
So Tony Call of Duty.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I like it. I like the whole Italian thing that he's got going
Mhm.
on. I came into a stream one time. I was like, we're eating this burrito or something like that. That's just the way he does it. It cracked me up. I think when I came in and subscribed to him, and he's like, oh hey, he's like, I know you, Danny. This and that. I was like, what's up, you dirty rat? He's like, oh hey, you come in here with the accusations and all this stuff. And I'm like, I like it. I'll definitely reach out to him about. I think he has his own podcast too, because I think I saw
He
a
does.
clip
Yeah.
of him and
I'm
Big
gonna.
Knob.
Yeah. I'm gonna do his podcast. Um, his is not as good as Danny's. I haven't listened to his yet, but I know Danny's is. It's gonna be tough to beat Danny Dorito's podcast, but it's gonna be number two.
Well, we're gonna have to do a crossover or something, like I'd be
Ooh,
on his and he's on mine or something. So,
yeah, the
but
collab that
yeah,
everyone's
no, yeah, no, I like it. I like seeing what he's doing. It's different. I feel like he kind of popped up out of nowhere. So,
yeah, I think you have to think about a different approach to streaming. Like there's so many people that just stream in front of a camera and do a certain or the same style or like
yeah,
they play
especially on TikTok now, because there's so many
it,
streamers on TikTok.
even since the last time we talked, Danny, there's been so many more people that join TikTok, Call of Duty, or like even just TikTok in general. There's so many people on the platform now. It's so much harder to grow.
Yeah.
Uh, it's insane.
Did you see there was a guy who like he was on TikTok and he was basically trying to advertise like his little like course to like guide you on your journey starting out as a streamer. But he's like
No.
talking about how everybody else is doing it wrong or something. And I know Bad
So
Bear commented on it.
I've only seen Bad Bear's response. I never saw the original. I wish I saw
Oh
the original though.
yeah, I
So
went and watched it. Apparently that's one of Gutsy Aiden's friends. So he's like,
oh,
dude, people took it the wrong way. Yeah, he's like, it was interesting to talk about that with him because I didn't know
yeah,
that was
because
one
I
of his
remember
friends.
Bad Bear was like, you come onto the platform for 2 minutes and you're suddenly telling everyone they're doing
How to
it.
do
They're
it,
doing it
yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of reminds me of the people you like, you see them all the time. It's somebody. I guess I don't see him as much anymore because I think people have been like, yeah, you're right. Why should I be listening to this person who has like no followers trying to tell me how to grow? But
wrong.
there's always somebody's like, the reason why your TikToks aren't getting views is because you need to do this, and then you like go look at their profile and they have like 1,000 followers or something, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But that one video just has a bunch of likes. But I guess we could. I don't know how much more time you have. Um, I guess we could wrap it up soon if you want. I don't know if you got stuff to do. I wanted to
No,
try and like I feel like I kept going back to the same kind of going in a circle about the content creation and like collabing and stuff like that. So we could talk about something else. Um, let's see. One thing that I've been seeing a lot the COVID vaccine. You getting that, man?
oh, definitely not. I mean, I'm anti that.
I'm waiting for these guinea pigs to get it first. I'm not doing it.
No, I mean, my dad's a doctor. He already has it. I'll probably end up. I already had COVID, but I'll just get it. I got it in October.
Oh, you already had it. Okay.
Yeah, I think I had it still when I was on the podcast. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. I'm pretty sure I either just was getting over COVID because I couldn't taste anything at the time.
Oh yeah, you
Maybe,
couldn't taste anything. Yeah, you're
yeah.
like I'll try this G Fuel, but I mean I don't know if it's any good because I can't taste it. You know, and I was like, oh, you're like I'll just say it's good. Okay.
I mean, really, I probably don't need to do it because I'm not. I literally am not going. I'm not doing anything.
Well,
I'm just going to my house by myself.
is COVID like is it like the flu where like it's mutating and like you can catch it again
You're
or?
gonna have to probably. Yeah, it could be. It's going to mutate. You're going to have. There's already two different strains where, you know, the one shot may not work with the other.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, there's like 3 or 4 different vaccines, and I'm just like, well, how do I know which one to get? Or like, what if I get one and then I find out that I got the bad one and I got to go get it again now, and it's just like,
Yeah. I'm just going to hide inside forever, Danny. It's over.
yeah.
Life is over as we know it. I'm just going
I
to.
mean, I barely go anywhere. I just go to like get food or that's about it. Go get groceries, check the PO box. That's about it.
Yeah, it's like I want to pick up G Fuel somewhere, but I'm too impatient. Can you only order it online? I mean, obviously you're probably gonna see this because you want your 30% off Discord discount. Danny Dorito. What's your code? What is your code?
Danny
again?
D, baby. It's Danny
Danny
D.
D. Danny D. It's like Sunny D, but Danny.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know. Do they have because now they sell it at like Sheets and Wawas, I think.
Oh, okay.
Starting to sell it at Walmart's. Sheets has its own flavor. They got the red licorice flavor exclusive to Sheets.
Oh, okay. I'm not a huge red licorice fan anyway, so. But I mean, I keep up with my Danny Dorito YouTube, so I know like your top 2 is it? I forgot.
Wampa
I forgot
fruit?
the name. Wampa fruit. I was gonna say Wawa fruit. It's like that's not correct. It's close enough. And then the second one is don't tell me. Your second favorite flavor. Give me a hint. Give me a hint. I got this.
He's a famous YouTuber.
Oh, okay, the PewDiePie. Because I was
Yeah,
like, I was
PewDiePie.
trying to remember what PewDiePie tasted like, and then like
Yeah.
you described it well, and it's got a tardiness to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of
Right.
it's like
Sweet.
because I didn't even know what a lingonberry was, so I looked it up in the
What
middle
is
of
a
my
lingonberry?
review. It's like a cranberry. It's like a cross between a cranberry and a cherry.
Okay, so
It's
I can
good.
see
I
how
love it.
cranberries like a lot like a more tart, and cherries
cherry's a little
sweeter,
sweet.
it's probably a
Yeah.
mix between the two. Got it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I really have been having fun doing the reviews because then I have my G Fuel shaking expert come in and shake it for the video.
I know
So.
he's a great shaker.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I have fun with this. I don't know, because I've reached out to some creators and I'm like, hey, like, do you want to be on the podcast? They're like, yeah, dude, I've seen it, man. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then other people are like, I'll check it out first, So like, I don't know how much people actually watch stuff outside like just my community. So that's cool. You're keeping up with the reviews.
Oh, 100%.
Cool,
I
man.
try to comment where I can. It's like
I think I'm gonna review Wampa fruit next. Because that's what
Ooh.
everybody asks about. Because like, why do you love it so much? So like, and they're always asking, what does it taste like? What does a Wampa fruit taste like? So,
see, I was never in a G Fuel. I wasn't a streamer or anything, but now I'm getting more and more friends that have like even the G Fuel codes, and so right now Danny's at the top of the list. If there's a 30% off Danny D, I would use that. But watch out, Danny. There's people creeping up behind you. I'm not gonna say names.
who?
But I don't know. I do like Big Rob.
Big Rob. Big Rob got it right before I did.
Did he really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And like I know Big E, I think he has his own code as well.
I think he's had it for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are two
Yeah,
other ones.
I've thought about reaching out to Big E, but I don't know. He's a little older, so sometimes it's hard to like. I don't know. To me, it's just not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
think
Big E at all.
He would definitely. He'd be definitely willing to do it.
Yeah.
He's nice.
That would be interesting. Does he have his own kind of like podcast thing or?
He does.
I just know him as the guy who's always talking about YouTube versus Twitch.
Yeah, I think he does like I think he's getting away from that though. He's doing more family stuff. He's going to do more of like not your specific style content, but more family related or like more family oriented content, not content for content creators. Because everyone says making content for content creators is not the way to go.
Yeah,
Long
you're narrowing down your audience. Yeah,
narrowing down, and also like your ceiling is so low.
Yeah.
Like you might get more views off the bat, but you have very low
So I'm not gonna name names either, but one thing that's been pissing me off lately is I see a lot of the creators that that I know or have interacted with a little bit complaining about stuff a lot. There's so many people complaining right now about Warzone, about YouTube versus Twitch versus this, for all this stuff, and I'm just like, bro, like I don't know. I don't like seeing people complain all the time.
Complain about the algorithm or complain about
all kinds of stuff. Like they'll be like, there was somebody complaining about people complaining about Warzone. So I'm like, all right, now we've graduated to complaining about other people complaining. It's like, geez, bro.
Like for me, like I posted, like people said there's no content left in Warzone. I disagree. Good content creators will always find something to find.
Yeah.
I came up with a new strategy, a year after Warzone came out, and it's like it kind of blew up a little bit. It got like 1 million views on gaming, or whatever. That's like decent blow up. So that's content. What's the other thing? I got on my YouTube short I posted a couple days ago with Stony. I literally just drove a supply run to Stony. I drove Stony to a supply run with an ATV, and
yeah, I saw that one. Views. You didn't make it.
We didn't make it, but like
almost though, dude.
Like here, I literally just post a video of me driving to a supply run, and it has 100,000 views. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm always shocked at like what does well and what doesn't. Because people think like once you get bigger, like everything gets a bunch of views, but like there's still, it's all relative. So like I'll post one TikTok with the idea that like, all right, they liked this, so I'll do that, and they'll probably like this, and then it doesn't do as well, But like yesterday, I posted little man having a cheeseburger intervention, and I got 1.3 million in like 12 hours. So I don't.
That's actually a funny concept. I need to see that.
Did you see that? Oh, so like they were like, you need to talk to Little Man about his G Fuel. Well, we were thinking about that now. They're like, now you should have Little Man confront you about your G Fuel addiction. But
yeah,
talk to him about his cheeseburger addiction. So we bring him in here, and we're like, all right, no more cheeseburgers. And he's like, but Dad, one more. I'm like, can we just get him one more? And she's like, no, don't enable him. And then like it cuts to like 20 minutes later with like. I did like the Law and Order, like the sound of like the where it pops up and says Law and Order, but it said 20 minutes later at Wendy's, and I'm sitting there, we're like both eating cheeseburgers. And I was like, hilarious. He's like, ooh, yummy, and I was like, don't tell Mama. He's like, okay. But that did really well, so they really like the cheeseburger stuff with him. I think it was Stony. I popped into his stream, and somebody that he was playing with was like, oh yeah, ask him how like Little Man's doing this or that. And then somehow it got brought up to like, what are you going to do when Little Man gets older? And I was just like, we're just going to pop out more kids.
Yeah. I mean, kind of facts. Like, yeah, once Little Man's older, we'll see. It's going to be cool. I mean, in terms of
people are going to see him grow up.
See him grow up, and then like obviously more family members. And if you need more content, you just add another, add another actor to the group.
Yeah,
but at some point too, like you'll probably shift away from TikTok and move toward like
whatever else is new.
Yeah, your own personal content creation, like whether that's not your own content creation, but being like maybe your own role with. I don't know if you want. Have you thought about doing like? Do you know what you want to do yet? With like, do you want to do commercials, TV shows? What do you want to do?
I mean, at this point, just to kind of like learn how things work, I'd probably just do whatever.
Feel it out a little bit.
Don't give me, yeah, like. I think Stony was joking around. He's like, dude, you should have your cameo where, like, in Stranger Things, it's because they're supposed to film the 5th season here in Albuquerque. Mm-hmm. He's like, you should be like, it should be like, you're just in the background, and it's the 80s and you're eating a bag of Doritos and you get killed by a Demogorgon or something, like you don't say anything, but you're just there. And I'm like, yeah, like to me, like that's, I don't know how Logan Paul and Jake Paul and them started. I just know that like, they had millions of followers on YouTube and stuff. And it's like, well, I don't know. We'll see. I won't know unless I try. So
yeah, my one of my high school teachers was a Geico commercial. Just random person. I was an actor. Like she was an actress, but like a real life person in a Geico commercial. Like she was an actual customer too, so she didn't really have acting skills, and she got paid royalties. And those royalties added up to over 300,000 because the commercial was played so often. So yeah.
Yo, Geico. I was just kidding.
Come on. It was the Geico commercial where it was like it was the Ray something, the Ray Charles or something, maybe, I don't know, from like 15 years ago at this point, or
Oh,
like
it's an
10 years
old
ago.
one, huh?
It's one
Yeah.
of the old ones. Yeah, so it was it's insane how much money you can make off of commercials, like
Yeah.
royalties.
Same thing with
Like
like movies and TV. Like if you're in a movie and then they play it on HBO a couple times a week or whatever for the month that it comes out, like you get paid royalties for that too.
it's
It's
insane.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean,
no, we're not paying $15 a month.
it's a it's a whole nother beast, like the film and TV industry, you know.
Yep.
So we'll see. All I know is that like that's what I wanted to do when I got out. So it's definitely something that I will try at least. You know.
Exactly. I see a lot of big streamers doing kind of like acting, but like role play, like with the GTA role play.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Are
Yeah, I've
you
seen that. I've tried to play it and
acting?
it won't. I don't know if my dude, I saw XQC get taken to jail and he was like sitting in a jail cell for like 30 minutes for a judge to get online so he could give him his sentence, dude. It's
It's
so
hilarious.
funny. Yeah, XQC, like I don't know if you watch him at all. His accent definitely makes
Literally,
things
but
funnier.
I actually watched him for the first time like ever, like a couple days ago. But yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely is funny.
dude, he was like the cops taking him because I joined the stream and like he's just sitting in the back of a cop car and I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like talking to his face like, oh come on, like he's driving 39 miles an hour or whatever, like. I'm
It's
like-
just hilarious.
and then he's just sitting there and the cop's like, all right, man, I'm calling somebody right now, and like he just stands there AFK because he's like getting into a Discord to like tell the guy, hey, XQC needs a sentence, like come get online. Like, dude, this is a whole other
The whole
level of
concept is insane. Yeah.
yeah. No, I definitely want to, but I tried playing it last time, and for some reason I couldn't hear the game. I don't. It's something to do with this Elgato software, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I think that would be a lot of fun. But everybody tells me I should be a cop. Like they're like, you got to be a cop. I'm like, why do you guys want me to be a cop so much?
Mhm.
But
I could see you being a cop.
yeah,
You got the hair for it.
GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, we got a 10-4, over here.
In GTA, like you're in the military, so you can probably fly a jet if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever been to the military base in the GTA world?
I don't know. I never finished the storyline of GTA. I played a little bit online, like the casino and
Nice.
stuff with my brother, but other than that, like it's all pretty new to me. I think the only other thing I've done besides go to the casino is like rob gas stations.
Yeah.
So
I have committed a few murders at the gas station. I will admit.
yeah, I don't know.
Don't talk about it.
It's weird because you see GTA kind of like all of a sudden be at the top of the list on Twitch, like when there's updates here and
Yeah.
there or what. But it definitely has a strong fan base. But is
I
that what
think I
most
might
people are
go.
doing? Is playing the roleplay?
I think all the big streamers are right now. I think people like to pivot around. It was like Among Us, and then it was Rust for a little bit, and then it was
I
now
knew
this.
Rust wasn't gonna last because people were like, get into it, and I thought about it, and I was like, I bet you by the time I get into it, it's gonna die, and
Yeah.
it did.
Yep. And I know when GTA 6 comes out, I'm gonna do probably role play. I'm gonna do just everything GTA related. I
Yeah.
think my personality is like perfect for like a GTA style game.
It is, yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely see like streamers with like their friends. They're like running around as like a gang, being a bunch of degenerates in the roleplay server.
Yeah.
So
That's hilarious.
yeah, I'll have to see if I can get it to work or not. But what do you think about this Warzone update, man? Underwhelming. I think I saw a TikTok user like, all we got is a boat with a couple of zombies, or
So yeah, that was me. I actually made that video for YouTube just to test out to see the algorithm because it was like it's an actual update. So like it doesn't give all the updates. I don't give the guns and stuff in the update, but I just want to see in terms of people will watch the full video, so it's gonna still push it out to the same number of users. I found that like those update videos will get pushed out to users faster. So it got 250,000 views in 3 days. Typically, my videos will slowly creep up to that in like 3 weeks. So it was like it definitely hit the algorithm faster. So that was interesting. The actual update itself, very underwhelming. I can drive my ATV to the zombies, run over some zombies and maybe 5 people, but otherwise it feels like the exact same. It's the exact same game
Yeah.
again.
I still don't understand why every time I join in, I still see a million people. Like, not as many as like what the first night when I got on, because I wanted to play it off stream to see what was going on, and it was like the whole map was just dropping there. It's like, this is
Yeah,
stupid. You can't even get in the boat, But
yeah,
I still see a bunch of people dropping there, and I'm just like, why are people dropping there? Are they? You don't get anything out of it. You get that fancy gas mask.
yeah, exactly.
People are like, oh, you get a blueprint. I've done it 3 or 4 times. I didn't get no blueprint.
Yeah,
So
I mean, all the 12-year-old kids love the blueprints. Every time there's a blueprint in my video, they're like, you didn't grab the blueprint. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't care about the blueprints. It's like,
yeah,
if it's a skin, if it's a skin for my vehicle, sure, I'll do that 100%. So,
yeah. I
a
didn't think
kid
about
loves the
that.
gun skin.
That's what you care about. You care about the vehicle skins.
Yeah, the vehicle skins. Actually, I need to. There's an American flag or like a American Eagle, or not American Eagle,
It's
but
like the
like
4th
a
of July
bald
one, right?
eagle. 4th of July. I
Yeah.
need to be using that one. I don't know what I'm thinking. My
Ah,
whole brain is messed up.
just run all of that. Just
I'm
run that
ruined.
pack. Just run that
Yeah.
pack. Yeah, the whole
If
pack. The
if
guns.
if you see me a week from now, I have 5 viewers on Twitch. It's because I
You didn't
forgot to
get the
keep my
skin.
skin on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's make or break me.
Yeah. But I've seen the stuff where they're saying it's gonna turn into like the plague mode, right? Where there's zombies everywhere and then they have to nuke the map. Like, I think that's pretty much confirmed now because they found it in the files. But I don't understand if they're supposed to, like, they're supposed to add zombies to the map as the weeks go in the season, or what? Like, they're supposed to get a
Yeah,
new
are
map
they gonna
again?
add zombies for like a week and then they're gonna nuke the map because there's nukes, so they're gonna blow up the map. So it's gonna be like Fortnite whenever they blow up the map and then brand new map basically.
I'm still
But
waiting for the dam to break and the ice to melt or whatever it is. There's so
yeah,
many theories that just never, they seemed
well, yeah,
legit, but
yeah, we won't get. I get triggered. The YouTube comments bashed me for a long time about the ice melting because I made the things that don't make sense in Verdansk video. It got 600,000 on YouTube and about 600,000 on TikTok. It was me just saying in the mirror. It was like the same
yeah,
style
I
of
see what
that
you're
guy
saying.
that does in the mirror. I just wanted to do like a Warzone
I
style.
remember
Like
those.
that'd be kind of funny. I only did a couple. The first one got like a ton of views. Second one didn't because what happens is that I purposely, if you put a fact that doesn't make sense, it actually creates more engagement because the more people talk about it. So if you do a fact that doesn't make sense, like the dam, yes, there might be water under the ice, but I said, why did it build a dam if the water's frozen? Well, obviously the water at some point was not frozen, so then a lot of people were commenting, well, the dam is not frozen,
Yeah,
there's water underneath. But obviously it was like, I'm just kind of like trolling people when I make a video like that. But it's just kind of funny to see all the 12-year-old kids' reactions. But
yeah. But I will see, because I'm really worried that if the new map that they're supposed to come out with is not good, the game's just gonna die.
yeah,
Because, like, I don't know how you felt about Rebirth. I didn't care for it.
it's fun, but I'm not there to play Rebirth. Like
T-Dog loves it.
it's not making or breaking me. Oh, T-Dog is T-Dog. Come on. He's gonna dominate every time he goes onto that
Yeah,
map.
go dominate. Yeah.
Yeah. He comes in my streaming, he just says go dominate.
Does he really?
Yeah, well sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. That's
I love
funny.
T-Dog.
Yeah, I love him too, man. He's always on in the mornings. So
Yeah, I told him he needs to stop streaming in the mornings because he's literally on when I'm working. Like I'll sometimes, if I'm working from home one day, I'll pop on, like I'll stop by people's streams for a little bit or try to lurk people, but I just can't do the morning.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, I have a hard time like waking up and starting. Like I say I start at 6 a.m. Pacific, but sometimes I get on like half an hour, 45 minutes late. Nobody
Yeah,
cares though.
have you found that like that affects your viewership at all? Like if you aren't consistent on a schedule?
I don't know, because I've kind of stuck to a schedule. Like I said, like today, I think I got on like 40 minutes late, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look.
Do you ever see people in a chat? Do you ever have your chat open before you go live?
Oh,
And
I've seen it
like,
before. They're like, "Is Danny streaming today?" And somebody would be
like
like, "Oh yeah, he's just probably running late. He's probably making G Fuel." That's what they're
yeah,
always saying.
okay, that's good. But like
Yeah,
sometimes I'll get like if I become consistent, then what happens is that they think I'm going to be on exactly at 9 every time. So then at 9 o'clock, I'll get 10 people in my chat, And the
Yeah.
same thing with my YouTube. YouTube is actually kind of cool because you can say that you're going to go live. So you actually have to, you don't have to, but you can set a time where you'll go live. So actually show a
Yeah.
thumbnail and everything that people can click. So I had over 100 people
Like
in
waiting.
my waiting before I even went live. It was
You're
a
like
different.
100 people waiting for me. Like
Yeah,
that's
and
yeah.
I said I was going to be a second late, and people were like, oh, "What? You're going to be late?" Like they were actually legitimately like concerned or mad because I was
Unsubscribe.
going to be late. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there was one day where so the dog that we got, Sammy, he chewed on the charger that I was using and it didn't charge my
Uh-oh.
phone. So my phone died and so my alarm didn't go off. So I wake up and I'm like, holy shit. I was like, dude, I'm an hour late. And so like I went into the Discord. I was like, sorry guys, alarm didn't go off. You know, this, that, I'll be on in 20 minutes. You know, yeah, I got a shower in the morning. It wakes me up. So like,
It's like my coffee. Yeah.
yeah.
Coffee maker in the shower. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I need a little espresso bar in the shower.
Well,
Get my little shot.
yeah. I need like my brother. I used to live with my brother back in college, and he used to make coffee. He used to make dinner sometimes for me. It was great. So I need my brother to live with me. He can be my little assistant.
Yeah. But no, it was, they were like, it's all good, man. It happens, you know, take your time. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it made me feel a little better because I was like, dude, I'm an hour late, you know. I told my mom, I was like, why did you wake me up? She's like, I was sleeping too. You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Little man can just wake you guys up. It's all
yeah. Little man loves to wake up and be like, good morning. And I was like play with some toys.
good. It was like when I was a kid, I was excited to see my grandparents when they'd visit. So I'd wake up at like
Yeah.
6 a.m. and try to wake them up, and they want to sleep until 9.
Yeah. No, he'll literally like lay there and be like, hey, dad. Hey, dad. I'm like, what? And he's like, good morning.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no.
That's really
Dude,
cute.
he's every once in a while I know something that's a new word that he learned, you know? Like he's growing fast, man. So is the dog. The dog's doubled in size in like a month.
Really? Oh no.
Yeah. And I think he's only like 3 months old, and they said at 4 months he's gonna be double the size that he's at. So for like whatever he is in like a month, he's gonna be double that size. So
Yeah. You blink
we
once,
still
he's gonna be double size. Yeah.
yeah, we still don't know what he is. We know that he's got some terrier in him for sure, but we don't know if he's like a fox terrier. Like I think there's fox terriers, there's border jacks, which is like a border collie mixed with a terrier. Like we got a DNA test, but you know with COVID everything's backed up, so we'll see. We'll probably find out by the time he's like full grown. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let me know
no,
what it is. I'm curious.
yeah,
I'm into like mini wiener dogs. That's my thing.
my family had it was a basset hound mixed with a dachshund. So like it was a goofy looking dog, but that's the dog that I had growing up. He had like the wiener dog color, like the black and
Yeah.
like kind of golden brown, but he was like he had the face and the ears of a basset hound.
Oh,
It was
that's
super
cute.
weird. Um, yeah. No, he passed like a year and a half ago, and I think he had lung cancer. And I was hoping he was gonna make it to my sister's. This is like totally going like way off into something else. I was hoping he was gonna make it to my sister's wedding so I could say bye to him, but he
Mm-hmm.
didn't. Um, but yeah, I wanted a dog for so long, man. I'm happy we finally got one.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I knew I was gonna be home for a year, I definitely would have gotten a dog last year. But I mean, with work and everything, I was commuting. I was mostly at work all night, so then I would never be
yeah,
home. I just then you would have to get 2 dogs, one to keep each other company, and then like, what's the
next thing
point
you
of getting
know,
2 dogs if you're never
yeah,
home anyways? And then that's
yeah.
like pay medical bills and stuff.
Well, my thing in the military was always like I didn't want to get a dog just for him to sit at home all day in a kennel. You know,
Mm-hmm.
to me that's just not. You know, there's one thing. It's one thing to have because like we crate trained him. You know, because when we go outside the house, he's still a puppy. He'll chew on stuff and all that. The other thing is, being at an apartment complex, we don't have. It's not like he has like a yard to go into whenever he wants. He doesn't have a doggy
Yeah.
door, so there's that. But no, he's definitely. You could tell he's starting to not. He's getting a little older. He's not. He remembers stuff now. He knows his name now. He'll sit there and like he'll now he's kind of a little more alert. Like I'll walk
Yeah.
by and he'll hear me like coming up the stairs and he'll start barking because he doesn't know who it is. Then he sees me and he's all, "Oh, hey, it's you." But yeah, no, man, it's crazy. I got a family now. Like a year and a half ago, I did it.
Well, you have family, and then you also have your community family. It's crazy.
Yeah, that too, man.
It's
It's like a
insane. Yeah, life can change in so fast.
yeah. I mean, dude, to me, it's because I debated getting out of the military for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
so I just wonder how different my life would be if I'd chosen to stay in. You know, I don't
Yeah,
think I don't think I'd be happy, to be honest. It was a
yeah,
stressful job.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, imagine how I was thinking. There's always gonna be someone that's funnier than me. Always gonna be someone that's funnier than you. Not saying that you're not funny, Danny, but
Hey,
I'm you know what I mean. But in terms of there's so many different variables. One, there's people's life situations that are just holding them back. There's you know the effort that you have to put in on a day-to-day basis for content to put yourself out there so people can recognize you. You can make yourself have a name, but all those variables put together, it's actually it's very tough to to get to where you are. So there might be someone that's better in every category. Someone's a better gamer, someone's more funny, someone is more relatable, someone's more all those categories. But it's all about the effort that you put into it. It's about this. I guess there's some luck involved, but I think there's that big grind that filters a lot of people out, and it leaves very few remaining. And so that's why I tweeted the other day, how many of you are going to be here in a year? And I got 120 likes. A lot of people
I
commented, but how many people are actually going to be here in a year? I
I'll tell you
guarantee.
what. The reason I didn't comment, or I think I liked it, but I didn't comment because I was too busy editing something.
There you go. I like it. See, I'm going to respond and be like, everyone that liked my tweet,
Yeah,
guess what? You're on Twitter too much.
get off Twitter. Yeah,
And I have an excuse because I'm literally in a work meeting that someone's blabbering about something they don't need to, so I can go open
yeah,
Twitter for 2 minutes
yeah.
and I
Tweet
can
something.
tweet one thing.
I
I
still
don't
don't know
know
what to do with Twitter.
me either. I've gained I'm up 30% in my followers in the last week, so I'm
That's
happy.
good because I kept hearing
30,
you say you're like I had 80,000 impressions, only 300 people follow me. You know, you're
yeah,
like, what is
well, it's
this?
literally I checked it now. I'm at 180,000 or 150,000 impressions or something crazy. Oh, it was 150,000 impressions in the same. But that's just Twitter. It's just it's
Yeah,
not me. It's just that's just Twitter.
Twitter's weird.
But yeah, but I mean, I've been happy with the amount of likes I get per based off my viewers. I only have 400 or not my viewers, but my followers, and it's just my content creator friends. But I get I'm getting 50 to 100 likes on half of my tweets. But that's
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot of back-to-back accomplishments. It's like in a combo and Guitar Hero or something. I feel like I'm on a little combo right now.
yeah.
I'm just on a little grind. I YouTube partnership, 30 million views, 50,000 subs, 100K on TikTok. I'm on a little roll right now. There's obviously gonna be a dip again, but
When
so
you say
I'm
YouTube partnership, is that like affiliate, or are you just saying the monetization?
no, so yeah, they call it the YouTube partnership program. So that's just the monetization. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you apply for YouTube partnership, that's what it is. So it's not nearly the same as a YouTube a Twitch partnership,
Yeah.
but in terms of that's what they call it. But
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I went from I started to see some growth, and then all of a sudden I'm at 500,000, and then all of a sudden I'm at 750,000. I'm like, we got to start planning what we're gonna do for 1 million, and then we hit it, and then now it's like, somebody was like, "What are you gonna do for 2 million?" I was like, "I don't know, but I better come up with something because I don't know, it's gonna creep up on me if I
because
don't plan it."
what's the end goal though? I know you're making 5 TikToks. You'll end up you can build your community and get more people to your Twitch and do you have how many people do you see join your Discord
So
from?
Discord is weird because I don't I feel bad because I Discord I get added on Discord all the time. So to me it's I just don't go over there because it's just a bunch of people saying hi Danny, at Danny Dorito.
Well, that's why, whenever you DM me, I miss your DMs at the time because I literally have. I'm not joking. I have over 500 DMs on Discord,
What's the best way
and
to reach you then? Because I know Stony, he says Twitter.
probably
Twitter's the
I
best
say
place to reach him.
I would say Twitter because Twitter
Twitter.
auto filters out even it's hard to even see when people follow you on Twitter. It just filters
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
But yeah, I made a mistake. I put it was a mistake, but it was good at the same time where I put my Discord link in a community post or poll that has 80,000 impressions or 90,000 impressions or not 90, no, not 80,000 impressions, 80,000 votes. So it's got more impressions but the actual like people clicked on it and voted. So like out of those 90,000 people that voted on poll, I had 1,000 people join the Discord. So out of those 1,000 people, they
I
were
think
like,
right now I usually have about 300 to 500 people active on my Discord. So like if I go in there and just comment back at somebody, I have like a bunch of people at me like, "Hey, what's up, man? How's little man?" This and that. I'm just like,
yeah,
I feel bad because it's like I'm usually in the middle of something and I can't answer everybody. So
yeah.
then I find myself not going over there as much. But I definitely want to. I've been trying to interact with the mods more because the mods, they're over there all the time interacting with each other. Like they were.
I'm trying to play with my mods because I feel bad for them because like
You feel bad? Yeah, I know.
do you know what I mean? Like
I know.
feel
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah, like
Just sounds
they
funny.
but like they're I consider them more like my friends than like like your Twitch viewers are friends, but it's a one-sided relationship more when you have more viewers. Whereas
Yeah.
with mods, it's more of you're actually like you get to know them a little bit more. You play video games with them. I play with them offline. We message more offline as well. So
Yeah.
like I try to like pay back a little bit that way too. But it's tough to do that with I also a lot of people come by the stream like I'm trying to make promises. Oh yeah, I'll play with people offline, but now I'm to the point where I have literally 1,000 people and I can't even play offline by myself. I can only play on stream.
Dude, I always forget. Like, I usually, if I play Warzone Customs, it's usually at the end of my stream, so I'll accidentally leave it as like public, and so I'll hop in to be like, all right, maybe I'll make a video. Like I thought about doing where I've said like twice now that I was gonna do this, but I was thinking I see all these loadout TikTokers, like who's out here like finding out if these things actually work, because I don't know if they're just doing it for content. So I was gonna be like, all right, today we're gonna see if T-Dog Smitty's A94 really shreds or not. Like that was gonna be my TikTok, know. But I don't know. I can't remember where I was going with that.
I saw someone started that like recently, like that type of idea where it's called testing people's loadouts on TikTok.
Damn it! Somebody took it.
It actually blew up. Like they were getting like 500K per video, for I think for 3 or 4. But yeah, that was it. I mean, that was a good idea. I actually, me and a friend that has like 180K on TikTok, we thought of an idea similar to Warzone here, the Warzone show. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of the Warzone shows. I was hanging out with Stony and somebody came into his chat and was like I'm one of the hosts for the Warzone show, and he's like, no shit, man. He's like, let me know, man. I'll be on there, So I was like, that was the first time I heard about it.
Well, they're already like shutting it down. They changed the show name and everything.
Why?
They said there's no more content, but
they don't know where to go with it. Yeah.
I mean, they literally said they don't know where to go with it because there's no more content.
I mean, that's why
I like. Yes.
Go ahead.
Also, I'm not trying to like cause like a stir or anything, but the day after they did that, where they changed their name, they also released merchandise. So I'm thinking that it was more so related to the trademark of Warzone and not anything to do with the actual show. So really, the long-term approach is like, okay, you don't want to, first of all, if it's okay, now they have 200K followers, you don't want to be a Warzone show because what if Warzone dies and you die? To the merchandise, there's like multiple trade. I looked at the trademark website because I just trademark. I'm in the process of trademarking. Get jammed on all the jams, right? Because I find all these like decent sized streamers say get jammed on now. It's like, okay, you guys gotta chill. Well, you can use it. But no, you can use it whenever. It's just more so like I'm scared that someone else.
You just gotta pay me. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm more scared that like if someone trademarks it before I do, but like we're in the final stages, so like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's I'm in the process because when I joined TikTok, I was like, well, my Twitch name is Danny Dorito 23. I should probably make my TikTok name that. Well, there's some Joe Smo who hasn't posted anything, has like 2 followers or something like that has Danny Dorito 23. So I'm actually in the process of like they're trying to reach out and do all that stuff and then do like a takedown if they don't answer where I can get the name because I have Danny Dorito 23 _ on my TikTok.
SEO is a major talking point, like in terms of like here, like when you first start, like when you make your own character persona or like your own name for yourself as a streamer, you don't think about the ramifications down the road of how do people search for me. So Danny Drio 23 underscore. The same thing with one of my friends, Zeusy. On TikTok, he's another Warzone creator.
I know who that is. I see Majority's chat all the time. Yeah.
Zeusy underscore. Like that was his name with multiple S's, multiple Y's, and an underscore. And even when I would search for him, it's like it never pops up. And so he recently changed it to Zeusy AF with like he'll eventually just have Zeusy, but like eventually, like one S, one Y. So something that's very searchable.
Yeah.
So like whenever I create my name, I try to do it like semi-searchable. BenJammins with 2 M's. It can be hard, but it's a little bit easier than some of these other people.
Yeah.
And another thing I've started doing.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's another thing like related branding. Like I started making GIFs and posting them on Tenor and the Giphy websites, just GIFs of me for my stream and putting it into like a searchable database. So that way people can use my GIFs like in text messages, Twitter, stuff like that. And I've actually seen like some of like friends that barely watch my streams or stuff. They've already found it. Some people that watch my streams already use it in my Discord. Ghosties TV found it whenever he made a TikTok about me. Like, it's actually like another good thing for branding. It's like having GIFs that people can use of yours, so it can point people back, kind of like a face recognition back to your stream.
That's smart.
I didn't
know how that worked, because like I had seen people in my Discord all of a sudden having GIFs of me like flexing or something something goofy,
Yeah. So it's the most important thing is, again, it's like you just add a bunch of tags. So like you can upload a GIF of yourself and then you can add a bunch of tags. So if you search Ben Franklin, BenJammins, BenJammins, like all that stuff, or like even something like laughing or whatever I'm doing, I'll just do a tag for. So people don't have to search for BenJammins. They can search for angry guy with a wig, or not that specific, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people can end up using it. And then it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. It's obviously nothing right now, but like it could turn into something that's just another way that it takes a few minutes per week. And
yeah, I might have to.
Or like with you, like you have enough people in your Twitch. What you can do is make GIFs, and you can make them, and then you could actually like use them in your Twitch stream. Like you can show them live, like hey guys, like that. Or you don't have to say hey guys, maybe just play it and it's like, oh yeah, this is actually on. You can actually search this on, if you search Danny Dorito on Giphy, then it'll show up, and then you have 200 people that already know, and then maybe a few people start using it. I don't know. I think it could work. Who knows?
I mean, whatever you can do to get your face out there more, man.
Yeah.
Because there's people coming to my Twitch and they're like, hey, you're that guy on TikTok. And I'm like, yep. That's me. You're the G Fuel guy. Or, yep, So, just anything, man.
So that way, like, if someone searched G Fuel, you could be, like, looking like a crazy face holding the G Fuel cup or something.
Yeah.
You could actually legitimately be the face of G Fuel.
Yeah, I know, because my buddy Electric Shock, he has one where he, like, sniffs a tub and then he starts, like, shaking or something like that. Like, that's his GIF. So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So I'll have to look into that. That and YouTube Shorts. I got to get on it, man.
Yeah. I mean, you're already killing it with TikTok. I'm sure you can easily kill it with YouTube. Yeah, if I found it. But yeah, it's just weird. It's tough to figure out. Like, people ask me, like, oh, what am I doing? Well, I can only give you things that I'm doing, but otherwise, I think it's, partially luck of the draw, too. Like, I can help you out as much as possible. I've helped out people. They've gotten 1 million views on video. I've helped out other people. They've gotten 0 views. So I can't promise you views, but I can promise that I can at least try to help. But I try to help my friends out when I can. Not Danny, though. Not that Danny guy.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Danny. You already have enough on TikTok. You don't need any YouTube people.
Yeah, totally. All right. I see how it is. Now, I'll definitely talk to you about the YouTube Shorts. You said Tenor? Is that the Giphy thing?
TNOR. That's the Giphy thing that or Twitter uses that.
Okay, so Twitter uses it.
Like the GIF button on Twitter, that's the website that it pulls from.
Okay.
And the Giphy is like the one that the iPhone, like the one of the main apps for iPhone uses.
Okay, so that's a big one too. That one, and okay.
I just upload both at the same time, but So, yeah,
You just
I
have to
just
make
have
an account and then.
I just make a quick account. Yeah, just start uploading with tags and
All
yeah.
right, I'll add it to the list. I need people because right now when I transition between scenes, it just kind of fades out and the new scene fades in, which is super lazy and easy to do. But like they're like, when are you
Yeah.
gonna get transitions? And it's like, damn, I need to do
Wait, people
that.
are asking for transitions.
Well, they're just saying like you should get transitions, like
Yeah.
suggesting it. So I don't know.
Uh, yeah, I'll eventually do transitions, but it's just not. It's less important for you. You're probably at the stage where you probably can start focusing on it. But like, who do you even go to? Like, wait, you have merch, right? So,
I
like
have
for
Stream
your
Elements merch. That's one of the other things I need to do is actually like I was thinking maybe the company that Elevate uses because I see they have like featured creators, and so I've looked
yeah,
at the creators they have and I'm featured. And I'm like, all right, like I
like
feel like
I
I'm big enough
want
to where they would do that.
like I have missed out probably on $1,000 of revenue from merch because I have had so many people ask me, I want to buy your T-shirt, I want to buy something, but I don't. I only have like two things on my Stream Elements that's like crappy.
Yeah,
I
Stream
just
Elements is super generic.
like same
Copy
with the
paste.
editor. Like if I had a good editor, or if I had a good like person to create some merch for me, I would throw $2,000 at merchandise because it would pay on the back. It would pay dividends on the back end if it was very good merchandise.
Yeah,
Um, and for you though, like your stream, like I've seen like your T-shirt, it looks good. I don't know.
yeah, but I mean it's just I don't know if the fact that anybody like you can go to anybody's stream, it doesn't matter how big they are, and they have Stream Elements merch. You know what I mean? I feel like that just kind of distracts from like it's not special, I guess. You know what I mean? But if
Yeah,
I had like my own, they also if, getting somebody to design a special shirt design or something like maybe little man eating a little man with a tower of cheeseburgers next to him or
that'd be
something
awesome.
like stuff like that. I think is
Mhm.
that's where the investment is really worth it is when you go that far with the uniqueness of the merch,
Yeah,
So we're like every month we have a new shirt or something, you know,
Mm.
and like it goes away at the end of the month, make it exclusive. Because like
yeah. I think
that's like Gutsy Aiden and his mousepad drops, like
hmm
he made it so you can't get it all the time. So
yeah, yeah. I know Bad Bear's doing the same thing as well. So. It's just
with his
making
merch,
it exclusive. Yeah, with this merch. Yeah, just making it exclusive, making people that demand. You're creating demand, like yeah, I guess limited supply, and then
yeah,
the demand for it too. It just makes sense from a business perspective.
yeah. I'm just gonna get 5 shirts, and I'm like, oh, it's sold out in seconds,
Yeah, exactly.
guys. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy. I have to buy some Danny Dorito merch. I'm gonna wait for my shaker.
Yeah. When it happens, man, I'm definitely gonna because Electric Shock is the G Fuel guy on YouTube. He kind of I'd like to say he started the G Fuel reviews, kind of making it big on YouTube. And he got his own shaker, and so like I've seen people on eBay trying to sell his shaker for like $100. I'm just like that's crazy, man. You know.
Insane. Yeah.
And everybody's like, when's version 2 coming out? Because that's the thing too, the V2 shaker version of
V2, yeah.
yeah
V2, V1 wasn't good. Like it obviously
yeah
wasn't mixing the powder perfectly.
yeah.
Yeah, can make G
But
Fuel taste a little better.
we'll see. Like I said, I don't know what G Fuel looks at. I'll be honest. Since I got my code, I haven't had too much interaction with them, so I don't know. I don't know how much they actually pay attention to me. I don't know if once they see how much my code gets used, if they'll like be like, hey, But 'cause I feel like it's getting used a lot,
Yeah.
so we'll see. Now, like I said, now that I know that they don't really pay that much attention to TikTok, it's kind of like on TikTok, it's like whatever. I'm not saying it's like a lost cause on there. I'm just saying like I'll tag them just to tag them. I don't think they pay attention,
No, yeah.
but because like
It's probably Sony running the account too.
I think they pay more attention to Instagram because I posted a picture of the 3D Doritos bags, the red and blue bags, and then like the Logic Shaker, and they retweeted that on Twitter, and it got a bunch of likes. So
yeah, all they
I
need
don't
is.
know.
I'm sure like because you're sponsored by them. I'm sure they they follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, they follow me on everything now.
Like
I think,
yeah,
but
like it's only matter they haven't retweeted anything of yours yet.
I don't think so. They like
Because like
stuff,
if
but
they
they don't.
did, like you could probably gain a pretty good like decent Twitter following. Like not decent, but like you could definitely gain I would say 20% per year is like what you want to aim for in terms of Twitter growth, unless you go viral or you have a million viewers on, or not viewers, but
Yeah, 'cause, yeah,
followers
I
on.
know people who that's their thing too. Is they've tried to like crack down like what makes a tweet go viral. So like
Hmm.
anything happens, anything like the whole crypto thing when that happened, and everybody's like to the moon, baby. You know, like they
Yeah,
figured out how to like tweet about that, and a bunch of people saw it and they gained some followers. Every social media platform is its own beast, but
yeah,
the YouTube
yeah,
thing is still daunting to me. But
yeah. And for me personally, like that was with the YouTube Shorts. Someone else is going to end up. Everyone's going to end up figuring out Shorts. I'm already ahead of the curve in terms of Shorts. So I was like, okay, let me use my knowledge to gain some traction on like some what's the word for it? Not not authority, but like maybe some, I don't know what it's called. Like, oh, this guy knows. Like, this guy is actually kind of legit. He's not some just weird guy with some glasses. He's actually like he knows what he's doing a little bit. Like that's what trying to
yeah,
not some recognition. I'm trying to think of the word, but
yeah,
you
no,
know what?
I saw on Twitter people were like somebody at like the dentist or something that would be like, all right, how do I get this YouTube short like Jordy, you know, how do I do this YouTube shorts thing? And somebody like ask at BenJammins, he knows, you know, like it's become the thing. So
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like interacting with those people. Like 6 months ago, I was watching their TikToks on every day on my For You page, and now Sally's now I'm gonna 100% brag about this. Sally's a dog's like favorite saying on the internet is "get jammed on." So Sally's a dog's favorite saying is "get jammed on," which is my saying, which is it's just funny. It's crazy to me. Like even a year ago, Sally was just a Joe Schmo. Now Sally's a dog. But
yeah,
that could be
I've thought about, I don't know, I've rated Sally once or twice, and I don't know if he recognizes me from TikTok at all or not. Like I don't know how much he actually watches TikToks, but I think he'd be interesting to talk to because he went from working at like what he did some job at the White House, right? And
somewhere in
then
Washington. Yeah,
something over there, yeah. And then now just does Twitch and stuff. So that's an
yeah,
interesting transition too.
yeah. He's
But
obviously like a super smart guy. Yeah.
yeah, I would also love to get Jordy on. You know, like I said, I think it'd be interesting to talk to him. It's,
Mhm.
his experience is interesting to look at, and I also think he's a cool guy. And we've interacted more, so we'll see. We've talked about playing CS:GO together. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not because I think that's sometimes you talk about like, oh yeah, we got to play this, and it never really happens.
Yeah, and
But
I'm sure he's got a bunch of people he wants to play with. Like
oh yeah,
one of my friends, like Kenzert, like plays with him, or has played with him a couple times. But like, yeah, Jordy feels like one of those guys that he's really nice and he wants to like try to network with some people within the community. So that's pretty cool of him.
yeah. He said he's supposed to play with Tim the Tatman again, so that'll
That's
be cool to
awesome.
see.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
He even said he's like to be honest, he's like it's just I haven't been good about trying to coordinate it, and I'm like, do it, man. Like I'd be freaking
Yeah,
out if Tim the Tatman wanted to play with me again, you know.
yeah,
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I just want Danny Dorito to collab with me, and he just doesn't want to play with me.
And that's not true, man. I come to your streams. I
I
joined the
I,
queue.
I know. I was gonna bump you up. I was gonna give you. I was gonna bump you up to top 5, but no,
Yeah. No, we definitely me and Stoney got to set something up. Um,
100%.
and then we got to do the podcast because they would be interesting to have the three of us, and me and you over here trying to pressure him into join and elevate so that we could take over TikTok.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. The TikTok and YouTube movement.
Yeah. But
Oh, that's gonna be easy.
oh, all right, man. It's been 2 hours and 50 minutes. So
Sweet. When do you have your game?
oh,
Is it a
the Rainbow
game?
Six thing. I think
Yeah.
it's at like 7 my time. So in like
Nice.
it's 4:38 right now. So like 2.5 hours. But
Sweet.
great talking with you, man.
Yeah. Great talking with you too. It's always fun.
Yeah.
So
I'll
this is gonna be like a weekly thing, right? Every Friday we'll do I'll be on the podcast. We're gonna talk about life.
I should just make you a co-host. That's what we should do.
A co-host, yeah, and
Yeah.
no one will have no guests. So I'll just be the
Yeah.
co-host. We'll just
Yeah, no, my brother By the way, my mom loves your TikToks, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed.
Wait, who?
My mom.
Oh, really? Oh, no, yeah, no,
Mama
I know.
Dorito, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, she was like, she sent me the one where it was like somebody said something like your grandma or something. Like your grandma's a hoe or something. You're like, "Grandma, do you know so and so?" And I was like, "Yep, that's bad."
Yeah,
But
I love that
she
TikTok.
thought
My,
that was
my
funny.
parents love that TikTok too. My parents love that one actually.
Yeah.
Uh,
But no,
yeah, Mama Burrito. Yeah, she's so nice.
yeah, she likes to follow the people that I have on the podcast and stuff and like interact with them. So
Yeah,
she's watching your stuff. She thinks it's good. So
cool.
I
I'll
think it's
try not
good,
to
man.
let her down. I'll try not to let her down.
Yeah.
I was so honored to have Mama Dorito post the TikTok for my 100K.
Yeah, no, there was I can't remember what it was. I did a TikTok and it involved her and like little man was like that, grandma Dorito makes me cheeseburgers or something like that. Something to do with cheeseburgers, and then she like doubled or tripled in followers, and so she's been like posting on there a little bit.
She's got like what 20,000 now or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't know.
She's blowing up. I think she's on pace for 100K this year.
Yeah, she's gonna pass me.
I know, it's crazy. That's what I said. I said she asked me like, will I make a video if she gets 100K, and I said yes.
Yeah.
So
She's asking if you play Warzone and stuff.
exactly.
No.
Looking forward to it.
But yeah, no, I'll talk to you after this a little bit about some stuff, and then
Okay,
I guess that'll
sweet.
do it, man. I really appreciate you being on, man. Sorry that Stoney wasn't a part of it this time. It's his loss, man. He'll be watching. It's like, damn, man, I could have asked about that. Now you missed out on the YouTube Shorts, man.
Yeah, what is he gonna do now? That was the last time I'm gonna give any tips.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we'll definitely reschedule that one if you're still down to do that.
Yeah, of course. Always
cool,
fun
man.
with him.
I love the new look or the costume that you finally got and your background and everything.
Yeah.
It's good, man.
For a while there was only me with the wig. It was not looking good. It was.
Yeah, people could go back and watch the other episode and see how far you've come.
Yeah, it was just the wig. I couldn't afford the suit. Yeah, I was heckled by a few people outside my house, and they stole my suit, and I had to wear a polo for a little bit. They burned my costume. They were anti-infringement.
That's messed up, man.
I did walk out in my socks. I have the socks on. I always have the socks on whenever I wear this. But socks, shirt, pants. I went out to get the mail in this entire costume because I was just too lazy to take off the wig. Because it was like I was about to stream and stuff. I went to the mailbox and my neighbor saw me, and now I'm scared to think what they think about me. Me wearing this.
Yeah.
They have no clue. They have no context. I'm scared.
Honey, our neighbor's a weirdo.
Yeah. They can say that. That's probably the most positive thing that they can say about me at this point. So.
Yeah. But yeah, man, great talk.
Yep.
Looking forward to the next time.
Oh, easily.
Take care, man.
See ya.
Peace.